Good evening, everybody, and welcome to Brian Urlacher Field in Wildcat Stadium. Third home game of the regular season for the Lovington Wildcats as they welcome in a longtime district opponent and a great rival in the Ruidoso Warriors. I'm TJ Miracle, fieldside tonight. As always, Dawn Morgan, courtesy of our friends at Now Pharmacy as we get ready for this one. It's a top 10 battle in Class 4A here in the Land of Enchantment. Lovington 5-3 on the year, but they are number one in 4A. More importantly, they're 1-0 in district. Ruidoso comes in at 4-4 overall on the year, but they are also 1-0 in district after handily defeating Portales last week, and they have the number 6 slot right now in Class 4A. So a top 10 battle and a matchup that could very well determine who's going to be the district champion for this season. So welcome into it. I'm TJ Miracle. As I mentioned, Dawn Morgan fieldside. Evie Stuber pulling double duty tonight with us and one of our other games, but she's in studio engineering and producing tonight. So as we get on into the Devon Energy pregame show, the pregame show is Stone Oilfield Services. Devon Energy is our post-game show. The Stone Oilfield Services pregame show ready for this one. Of course, last week, the Lovington Wildcats with a big win on a big road trip. Yeah, had to go all the way to Silver City, but got out of there with a huge win last Friday afternoon into the evening time. Ashton Aranda in that game finishes up 17 of 27, 242 yards, but 4 big touchdowns. 2 of those touchdowns coming to Tayton Hilliard, who had 126 receiving yards 1 week ago. Lovington finally got the ground game going on Dallas Cardenas. Dallas with 16 rushes, 119 yards to go along with 2 touchdowns in that ball game. So if Lovington can get the run and the pass both working, it is going to be, I think, a very long night for this Ruidoso Warriors team. So, Dawn Morgan, are you there yet and prepped? All right, Dawn's still still working her way into position down there. On the other side of the football tonight for the Ruidoso Warriors, everything pretty much runs off of their quarterback, Griffin Hooker. Hooker leads an offense under Coach Keith Johnson, who runs it about 60% of the time. They're a 60-40 team. Hooker through the air this season, 18 of 164 for 1,051 yards, along with 13 touchdowns, but he is a little bit interception-prone, 9 INTs. He's also their second leading rusher on the year with 454 rushing yards. Their big running back is Braxton Hall. Seems like we've been saying that name for a whole lot of years. He's got 816 yards on the season and 7 touchdowns. So going to be incredibly important tonight for the Lovington defensive line and linebackers to get off their blocks and to stay in their lanes and keep up with their assignments. I know Coach G really likes his guys to be aggressive, but sometimes when you're dealing with a run-first team, the aggression can really come back and bite you. So no big plays tonight, I think, going to be one of the keys for this Wildcat squad. As we head on through the Stone Oilfield Services pregame show here at Wildcat Stadium, thank you so much for being with us and looking forward to this one tonight. Going to be an exciting night for football here on the blue turf from Brian Urlacher Field at Wildcat Stadium. And just a quick note, I noticed as we were coming in, they've done some exterior work here on the stadium. They've repainted the state champions sign outside. They didn't call last year's New Mexico Bowl win a state championship, but they still did paint that up there as recognition for the top-ranked Wildcats of the 2020-2021 season. Also putting up the track championships for the boys and the girls. So very nice facelift by Coach Robert Areola and the athletic department here in Lovington. So as we prepare for the moment of silence and the national anthem, we'll go ahead and take a timeout, come back and continue. This is your Stone Oilfield Services pregame show on Z94 KZOR and the Lovington Sports YouTube channel. Back here at Wildcat Stadium, your Stone Oilfield Services pregame show continues. They had the moment of silence, and we've been informed that they are going to wait until the teams come out onto the field to do our national anthem. From high above Brian Urlacher Field in the blue turf here at Wildcat Stadium, I'm TJ Miracle. Dawn Morgan patrolling field side for us tonight, courtesy of our friends at Nowell Pharmacy. Evie Stuber in studio engineering and producing tonight on senior night here at Wildcat Stadium, as the Cats will be, of course, honoring the senior squad tonight, the members of the football team who happen to be seniors this year. Just a quick note for you, the Wildcats lost the coin toss just a few minutes ago, but Ruidoso deferred, so it will be the Wildcat offense who gets to take the field first. As we continue on through the pregame show, a quick note, at the conclusion of the game, there will be a special play to honor a young man who has been a big part of the Wildcat football team. I know we'll be talking about that more as we get closer to time after the game. As we bring in Dawn Morgan, courtesy of our friends at Nowell Pharmacy. So, you know, Dawn talked a little bit earlier about containing the run as kind of my key to the game tonight. What do you think is going to be the keys tonight for the Wildcats?
I think it's going to be very important for them to get out and, depending – well, they just need to score first. If they get out, then their defense really seems to feed off of the success of their offense. So offensively, they need to get rhythm going and get a score on the board. And I think that's going to be the big sigh of release, the icebreaker, and that's going to get really the offense cranking and the defense cooking as well. I think is the earliest that Lovington can establish some dominance and then just keep their foot on the pedal, I think the better it's going to be.
Well, I think you're absolutely right, and I think going to be incredibly important tonight. Both of these teams 1-0 in district. Portales having an uncharacteristically down season. So, I mean, the winner of this game tonight could very well wind up as the district champion, and Ruidoso would love nothing more than to knock off Lovington. And they haven't done that in about, I think, 4 or 5 years, and, knock off the number one team in the state. So Lovington, even with all the hoopla with senior night and everything else going on, they can't have a letdown against an always tough and well-coached Ruidoso team.
If they want to win district, and we heard Coach G say after the game last week in Silver City that the team, that's their most immediate goal right now. I mean, they want to win every game, but their eye is the prize, and the prize for them starts with the district championship, something that eluded them for a very long time.
Yeah, absolutely.
Clinch it, they're going to have to win every district game. So they have to win tonight, and then they have to win against Portales, and that's how they're looking at it. So I guess that's the bar that we're going to judge. Since that's the bar they've set for themselves, then we'll look at that too.
Yeah, we certainly will, and important against a Ruidoso team. As we mentioned, Ruidoso's offense pretty much runs through Griffin Hooker, over 1,000 passing yards and nearly 500 in the rushing game. He is a little bit interception prone, and we have a very, very, very good secondary as Ruidoso's Warriors have come out onto the field. They are, as usual, or at least about the last decade or so, in colors and uniforms that are very, very reminiscent of a team from South Bend, Indiana called Notre Dame. Gold helmets, gold pants, white jerseys, and, of course, the dark blue navy numbers. There is a little green on there somewhere as the Wildcats head in.
Luck of the Irish.
Yeah, luck of the Irish. Well, hopefully they won't have it tonight as the Wildcats head in to the big inflatable Wildcats as the fireworks go off in the north end zone, getting ready for the Cats to come out onto the field. And we've got to say a big thanks to everybody who makes Wildcat football possible. Of course, Stone Oilfield Services. This is your Stone Oilfield Services pregame show. Nowell Pharmacy, bringing you Dawn Morgan's reports and commentary from the sideline. Also brought to you by Devon Energy, the Lovington Schools, Lovington Auto Supply, Eunice Pump and Supply, the Lee County Electric Cooperative, also Navajo Refining Company, Norley Hospital, Man Welding, Bob's Thriftway, who brings us the coaches' conversations, and the First American Bank of Lovington as the Cats come out onto the field in the home blues, the royal blue tops and pants with the white letters and numbers, the bright white helmets with Cats in script on the side, and also honoring breast cancer and cancer survivors and awareness, the team wearing pink socks tonight for these Lovington Wildcats. So great to have you with us tonight on, of course, Z94 KZOR, Hobbs, Lovington, the Z94 KZOR app, and watching live on the Lovington Sports YouTube channel and on the Lovington Sports tab at hobbsamerica.com. Now, speaking of the Lovington Sports YouTube channel, we are trying to get subscribers, and we would encourage you to subscribe. When we get to 1,000 subscribers, I am officially released to announce this tonight. When we get to 1,000 subscribers, and then for every 1,000 subscribers on the Lovington Sports YouTube channel, we will give away $100 to one of those subscribers. So, hey, subscribe. You're watching anyway on the YouTube channel. Give us a subscription. It can win you $100 for every 1,000 subscriptions that we get. As the Cats are huddling up in the south end zone now, they'll be coming out for the playing of the national anthem here in just a moment. And for the playing of the anthem, we'll go ahead and wrap up our Stonewall Field Services pregame show. We'll be back for the opening kickoff. This is Wildcat Football on Z94 KZOR and the Lovington Sports YouTube channel. Welcome to Lovington Wildcat Football from Z94 KZOR and the Lovington Sports YouTube channel. I'm TJ Miracle, high above Brian Urlacher Field at Wildcat Stadium. Don Morgan patrols field side, and a quick injury update for you. The Cats, pardon me, will be without the services of Tayton Hilliard tonight. Looks like he has got an arm or shoulder injury, so that means even more workload going to fall on Adam Aguilera, Isaac Henson, and they're going to need another player, somebody like DeMarcus Thompson, Alec Olguin, to step up. So, yeah, that's a tough one. No Tayton tonight on senior night. He has definitely been a huge part of this game. Last week, 2 touchdowns and 126 receiving yards. So, getting ready for the start of this one as the Cats will head out, and back deep to receive will be Henson and Aguilera as we get ready to kick off this district game tonight from Wildcat Stadium. Thank you for being a part of it here on Z94 KZOR and the Lovington Sports YouTube channel. As Oscar Enriquez will tee it up on the South 40, the Cats will be driving from left to right, which is north to south here in this opening quarter. So as we get ready for the start of this one, Dawn, final thoughts before the kickoff.
Yeah, I was just talking to Robert Ariola, the athletic director, and yeah, he did confirm. He did think that it's just for tonight, though, that Tayton will be out.
Well, that's very good news for the Cats, but missing a big part of the offensive and the special teams game tonight. Hopefully Tayton will be back as there is the kickoff. It is a squib kick. It'll be muffed at the 40, picking it up and taking it back as Contreras. Ball is out, and I think Ruidoso's got the football. Ouch. As it looked like that one got stripped away from DeMarcus Thompson, but nope, they're going to say Thompson got it back. So Lovington dodges a bullet early, and they'll have it 1st and 10 at the 42-yard line. Lovington football.
Is Robert Ariello just said he thinks that number 2, Javier Corrales, is back tonight in action.
No, that will be good news tonight for the Wildcats. As Ashton Aranda, the junior quarterback, brings them to the line. They're going to go 4 receivers on the right side, 1 up to the left. Empty backfield, 3 across the front for Ruidoso. Aranda, high snap, handles it, throws the screen near side to Aguilera. He gets it, but he's going to be knocked down before he even gets back to the line of scrimmage. Gavin Hall on the stop. It's a completion, but a loss of 1. Ruidoso had that one sniffed out pretty good on the wide receiver screen, 2nd and 11. So that one didn't work quite to plan. But now you got the jitters out. 2nd down and 11. Wildcat football from their own 41-yard line. Quads to the right again, 1 to the left. Empty set in the backfield. Aranda, high snap again. Ashton keeps it, takes it up the middle. He's got some room across the 45 to the 50, to the 45, to the 40, and going to be slung down at the 40 inside Ruidoso territory. It's a 19-yard quarterback keeper and move the chains. 1st down, Wildcats.
Awesome. If it weren't for Leland Dominguez of Ruidoso, he would have had open field in front of him to roam.
Yes, he would have. Also chasing him down, Julius Espinosa, hard on those big boys up front. So 1st and 10 for the Wildcats on the Ruidoso 40. Quads right, 1 left again. Aranda waiting for the ball, gets in another good snap. Rolls to the near side, going to be pressured, looking downfield, looks, and finally tosses it, but it's going to be out of the reach of the intended target on the near side. As that is, I believe that's Contreras, Javier Contreras, back in the lineup.
He ran the first. He's been in since the very first of the game. In fact, it looks like he's maybe coming off right now, but he'll be back.
It's nice to see Contreras back in uniform after a couple of weeks off. So from the wow, okay, they're going to say you stepped out. So actually take the completion off, and Ashton loses 3 yards. So it'll be 2nd down and 13. From back at the 44-yard line. Aranda from the shotgun has a back in the backfield with him this time. That's Cardenas. And keeping it himself is actually, that's going to be Henson.
Isaac Henson.
Isaac Henson on the Wildcat, and the quarterback keeper crosses the 35, gets it down to the 34-yard line. He's going to pick up 8, but after the loss, it'll be 3rd down and call it 4. So on the keeper for Henson, an 8-yard gain for number 8. It's 3rd and a pretty manageable 4 yards to go. So 3rd and 4 from the 34-yard line. Cats on their opening drive. No score. Cardenas on the left shoulder. Send a man in motion from the left to the right. Good snap, handed off as coming near side. Cardenas trying to get the corner. Not a lot of room to run as he got crunched as he tried to round the right side as Aiden Montoya knocking him down. So call it a pickup of 1 for Dallas Cardenas, and that'll bring up a 4th down and a critical 3 for the Wildcats. 9:50 remaining in the first quarter. No score. 4th and 3. G-Means go. Coach Gonzalez gonna go for it. Split twins to the left, 1 to the right. Single back in the backfield is Cardenas. From the shotgun, trying to get the hard count. Aranda's not going to get him to jump. Changing the play at the line now. Going to change it up again. Play clock at 7. Good snap. With it is Aranda. Straight drop. Now he's going to roll left side. Looks downfield. Lets it fly. Going for the back corner of the end zone to Henson, and in and out of Isaac's hands in the left corner. So incomplete pass and over on downs. He had separation but just could not haul it in. So it'll be 1st down for Ruidoso on the over on downs. Wow. So Lovington coming up empty there, wanting it all.
Well, Ashton was hearing footsteps. He was getting a lot of pressure coming up from the side and behind, and he let loose of that one as he kind of let loose across his body against the way he was running. So it was really a lot closer of a throw than I thought it would have been.
So the drive stalls out. Full house in the backfield. It'll be a pitch from Hooker to Hall. Hall tries the right side. Lovington stretches him out as he crosses the 35 to the 36-yard line. It'll be a pickup of 3 for Braxton Hall. 2nd down and 7 for the Warriors of Ruidoso. Again, I'm going to apologize in advance for the shoddy camera work. I am running the camera and everything upstairs myself. So they're going to come out and they're going to bunch it all up again. Now from the pistol formation is Hooker. He's got a 3-receiver set going. 2 to the right, 1 to the left. Keeping it himself, trying the right side, is hitting the backfield and staying right on top of him. Great job staying home for the Wildcats. And Anson Marquez.
Yep, sorry about that.
No, that's all right. It'll be a pickup of 2 for Griffin Hooker. And so now it's an important 3rd and 5. Wow, they gave him forward progress of 3, so that'll make it 3rd down and 4. So far, the Lovington defense staying home. 3-receiver set again. Twins to the right, 1 to the left. Back in the backfield is Hall again. Low snap, and keeping it himself is Hooker. Goes up the middle and drags a couple of cats with him. I think he's going to be just short of the first down as Brennan Garcia coming out from the bottom of the pile, as well as Brian Gutierrez. Going to be close. It's going to depend. Wow. That spot looks short from where they had the chains, but okay.
Wow. They're calling it 1st and 10.
So they're going to give 4 yards to Hooker. And so it'll be 1st down for Ruidoso. Clock continues to move, 8 minutes remaining. Lovington showing blitz. Hooker from the pistol formation, handed off to Hall. Starts it up the middle, but then he'll bounce it right, nowhere to go, and he is going to be brought down again. It's Gutierrez on the lead, and it'll be no gain for Hall. 2nd down and 10. Great job by the line to slide out and stay with the tough, speedy Hall.
Sniff that one out, and Hall barreling forward.
So that'll bring up a 2nd down and 10. Ruidoso from their own 43-yard line. Hall low snap. Keeps it himself, is hitting the backfield, and he is dropped. He is going to lose a couple of yards. Great coverage by the Wildcats. DeMarcus Thompson shot the gap on the blitz and knocks Hooker down right back at the original line of scrimmage as they give him forward progress. So no gain officially. It's 3rd down and 10.
Caleb Neese and Isaac Henson in on that stop as well.
Great job so far for the Lovington defense. So an important 3rd down and 10 for the Warriors. Wildcats looking to stop them up. Send twins to the right, 1 to the left. 2 backs in the backfield this time. Now they're going to split a man out, and they will fake the handoff to Hall, throw it across the middle, and that one knocked down as getting the big hand. Joseph Perez got the hand up and knocked away Hooker's first attempted pass of the ball game. It is 4th and 10, and this is kind of one of those areas where Coach Johnson will often go for it.
Right.
Lovington going to send a couple of men back deep, but you have got to watch for the fake.
Yep.
Coach Johnson is definitely a master of that. We've seen it enough out of this Warriors team over the years. So kicking it away will be Enriquez. Good snap. Enriquez gets it. Boots it high, and going back to get it is Henson. Fields it at the 15. Tosses it around to Contreras. Nope, Isaac keeps it himself. We got a flag on the play as Isaac crosses the 30 to the 35 and is run out of bounds, but this one's coming back. I think there's an illegal block in the back around the 25. So we'll see. It might be a hold, but I'm thinking an illegal block. We'll see for sure. Good return, though. A little bit of trickeration going on back there to try and get everybody out as Coach G comes out. He wants to talk about it, and it will be an illegal block on Lovington. So it'll be a 10-yard penalty, block in the back. And so Lovington will move backwards, but it'll still be 1st down and 10 for the Wildcats back at around the 16-yard line, Dawn.
Yeah, and that was a little fake handoff there. Yeah, Ruidoso didn't fall for that too much.
No, they really didn't, but a good move by Johnson to move it out. So 1st and 10 for the Wildcats from back at their own 16-yard line. They are pinned deep with no score on the board and 6:38 to go in a fast-moving first quarter. Light breeze, about 78 here at game time. Trips to the left, 1 to the right. Cardenas in the backfield with Aranda. Ashton calls out the signal. Gets it, high snap, handed off. As going around the edge is Cardenas. He's got some speed to the 20, 25, to the 30. Makes a man miss, comes across to the 35-yard line. He picks up, it'll be, let's see where they mark him officially. They're going to say at the 34-yard line. So it'll be good for 18 for Ondalis Cardenas, and it'll move the chains. 1st down, Wildcats.
Wow, nice run. He really does have that explosive power, and it really took a shoestring tackle before he got tripped up, or he'd still be rolling.
Yeah, Nick Temple I'm sorry, that's Nicholas Temple. No, that's Dalton Trapp, 32, who made the tackle. Trips to the right side, one to the left for the Wildcats. High snap, they'll handle it. Keeping himself Aranda, throwing it near side. Has Contreras at the 36-yard line, but gang tackled there by a host of Warriors. Connor Holland leads the charge, so complete to Contreras for 2 yards. It'll be 2nd down and 8. That does get Ashton into positive passing territory. He's 2 for 3 for a yard. Ruidoso not going to let the Lovington skill players on the outside have a lot of breathing room, looks like.
No, they're targeting them right away early and getting to them with some pretty good speed, actually.
So it'll be 2nd down and 8. Ball at the 36-yard line. Twins left, twins right for the Cats from the near hash mark. 3 across the front for Ruidoso. Fake the handoff to Cardenas. Rolling near side as Aranda throws it, but just short. As coming back to try and get it was Adam Aguilera under intense pressure by Connor Holland on the coverage. Incomplete, and it'll be 3rd down and 8 for the Wildcats. These two teams just kind of feeling each other out right now. Lovington 5 and 3 so far on the season. Ruidoso 4 and 4.
Yeah. One of the offenses that's been able to really get any good momentum rolling and march down the field.
And so it'll be 3rd down and an important 8 for the Wildcats. Twins left, twins right. Aranda from the shotgun. Ruidoso shows blitz. Aranda picking up the blitz is Cardenas. Ashton lets it fly and stretching out, but not able to hang on to it. In Ruidoso territory is Adam Aguilera, but
nope, Javier Corrales.
Oh, Corrales, number 2. The 2 and the 3 look very similar from up here, so it'll be incomplete, and it'll be punt time for the Wildcats. You don't say that very often. 5:09 to go here in the first quarter, as Aguilera will be the punter. Back deep to receive it will be Hall. You got to watch Hall. He is pretty explosive.
It could be a fake situation here again, too.
Could be. I wouldn't think so, but I've learned not to second guess Coach G. High snap. Adam handles it, almost blocked, gets it away. It's a wobbler that'll go out of bounds around the 37, 38-yard line inside of Ruidoso territory. And wow, they're just going to keep marching it up to the 40. So I thought maybe it was going to be 2 or 3 yards further back, but they're going to spot it at the 40, and that's where Ruidoso will come back out to take over 1st down and 10, their second offensive possession of the ball game. Thanks for being with us tonight here on Z94 KZOR and the Lovington Sports YouTube channel, the Lovington tab at HobbsAmerica.com. Ruidoso going to send quad receivers. Nope, just trips to the right, one to the left. Single back in the backfield is Hall with Hooker. Hooker from the pistol. Lovington shows blitz. Trying to get him to jump. Lovington does not jump. Hooker will look over to Coach Johnson, who changes the play as they check the wristbands. And now they're going to shift over Hall to the left shoulder. Lovington still shows blitz. Fake the handoff. Hooker keeps it himself. Gets away from the first tackle and is going to be tripped up at about the 42-yard line. It'll be a pickup of 2, maybe 3. Let's see where they spot him for sure. And, wow, they're going to give him 4 on that one. So 2nd down and 6. Pretty generous spotting going on. So 2nd and 6 as he got away from the first man in the backfield. Shooting through the middle and having a shot at him as Joseph Perez just got out of the arm tackle. So Hooker turns it into a 4-yard gain. 2nd down and 6 for Ruidoso inside their own territory. 4.5 to go. No score first quarter. Lovington shows blitz again. They're going to show the wide receiver screen near side, and it goes to Hall, and he is stopped immediately. Great job, great coverage by the Lovington Wildcats, and Thompson brings him down. It'll actually be a loss of 2 yards on the play, on the completion to Hall, and it'll be 3rd down and 8.
Yeah, DeMarcus Thompson, along with Anson Marquez right there, too.
Nice job by the 2 young defensive backs for the Wildcats. So 3rd down and 8, 3 minutes, 54 seconds remaining. First half, an important, or rather first quarter. Fast-moving first quarter. You wouldn't expect anything different. Ruidoso, as Coach G likes to say, wants to fight in the phone booth, which means they're a running team. They will throw it, though, from the pistol formation again. Fake the handoff. Rolling right side is Hooker. Looking downfield. Lets it fly just as he's hit and overthrows his intended target down the field, Leland Dominguez. Good pressure being put on by Joseph Perez and a couple of the other Cats. Incomplete. And so it'll be 4th down, and you got to think punt time for the Warriors.
And some pretty good coverage down the field on Dominguez by Javier Corrales as well.
Be careful. Griffin Hooker is coming in and showing he's going to punt it. So we always have to be aware when the quarterback shows up as the punter on 4th down and 8, 3:30 remaining here in the first quarter. Contreras and Aguilera back deep to receive, and Hooker will get it away. It's a high end-over-ender. Fair catch called for by Henson, and he's going to get it back at the 15-yard line. So 1st and 10 for the Wildcats back at their own 15. And I normally am not a fan of fielding a punt inside the 20, but Henson was there, and I think that one probably would have taken a Ruidoso bounce, so probably saved him hopefully about 14 yards on that one.
I think I could see that going all the way back, really almost to the end zone.
So it'll be 1st and 10 from the 15 for the Wildcats, their 3rd offensive possession of the evening. Have yet to really get the offense rolling. It's been a defensive struggle thus far. 3:24 remaining in the first as the Cats break the huddle, bring it to the line, right in the middle of the field. 4 receivers set, 2 to the left, 2 to the right. As the big blue band tunes up on the near side. Cardenas is the running back. They'll hand it to Cardenas on a little sweep, cuts it back up the middle, is going to get it to about the 20-yard line. I think one too many cuts in there, but he still managed to get 5 yards out of it. Nice running by Dallas Cardenas. Tackle made by Dalton Trapp. So it'll be 2nd down and 5, 24 yards on 3 carries for Cardenas. That's 8 yards a carry. Keep feeding that freshman running back.
Yeah, Cardenas always shows a lot of guts, too, because he doesn't hesitate to get in there, and he drags big boys, makes forward yardage.
Trips left, 1 to the right for the Wildcats. From the 20-yard line, 2nd and 5. On the rollout, the option pitch near side. Cardenas is hit in the backfield and is going to be driven backwards. Nowhere to go for the Cat freshman running back that time, as leading the charge was Alex Mendoza, also one of the linebackers. That was number 53, Gavin Hall, on the stop. It'll be a loss of 2 on the play for Cardenas, and so now it's 3rd down and call it 7.
Oh.
So 3rd and 7 again. Neither one of these offenses really able to really get anything going thus far. So Lovington going to break the huddle. Facing a 3rd down and 7. Trips to the left, 1 to the right. Cardenas in the backfield. Aranda sends a man in motion. That's going to be Olguin. Good snap. Ashton with it, looks, wants it all, throws down the middle seam. He's got Henson, and that should be pass interference. Where is the flag as Isaac got hit and knocked down by Hall before the ball got there? No call. It is incomplete and 4th down for the Wildcats. The Cat faithful seeing the same thing I did.
And Bradley Belcher, number 80, was right on his back as well. I mean, he had him in the front, the side, and the back.
So, wow. So it'll be 4th down and 7 and punt time for the Wildcats. No score with 1:51 to go in the first. Aguilera on to punt as, the Cat faithful in front of me still giving the guys in stripes the business. So Aguilera gets it. He'll kick it away. Time it'll be fielded back at the 45 at a fair catch called for by Hall. So it'll be 1st and 10 for from their own 45-yard line. Wildcat football here on Z94 KZOR, brought to you by Devon Energy, the Lovington Schools, Lovington Auto Supply, Eunice Pump and Supply, the Lee County Electric Cooperative, and Stone Oilfield Services, among others. We appreciate all of their help and support bringing Wildcat sports to you. At the 45-yard line, as a no call sets the Wildcats up into the punt. So now Ruidoso will have it back. They're going to come out in a 3-receiver set. Twins to the left, 1 to the right. Split backs in the backfield. Kind of the offset eye look from the pistol formation. Picking it off the turf. Hooker throws the wide receiver screen on the right side. Has a man. It is complete. Not a lot of running room for Dalton Trapp, though. Great coverage by the Wildcats. It'll be a completion of 2 yards to Trapp, and it'll be 2nd down and 8. So 2nd down and 8. That'll put Hooker back into black numbers, as they say in golf. That'll get him out of negative territory. 2 for 4 for 0 yards. So 2nd down and 8 after that screen pass. Clock continues to move down to a minute to go. From the pistol formation, send a man in motion right to left, and they will pitch it to that motion man who comes around and wrapped up pretty quickly. Is going to pick up about 2, but Henson does a nice job taking down number 30, Leland Dominguez. Pardon me. So Dominguez will pick up 3, and that'll bring up a third down and a long 4, or a long 5, I should say, from just shy of midfield. They will have to run at least one more play. So here is a critical 3rd down and 5 for the Wildcats. No score. Lovington needs to get the ball back if they can shut them down right here.
They need to break out and get a big play.
Two tight ends in the ball game as Hooker keeps it himself, moves near side, and he is going to be wrapped up and dropped back at the 42-yard line. Great pursuit for the Wildcats. Caleb Neese, among others, getting in there and bringing him down. Also on the stop, Brennan Garcia. It's a 7-yard sack, first of the ball game, and it'll be 4th and 12 for Ruidoso as time expires on this first quarter. No score from Wildcat Field. This is Wildcat football on Z94 KZOR. Back here at Brian Urlacher Field at Wildcat Stadium, a big sack to end the first quarter makes it 4th down and 12 for Ruidoso. It'll be punt time as Henson and Contreras back deep to receive. I'm TJ Miracle up in the press box. Don Morgan patrols field side for us tonight as Hooker will look to punt again. When your quarterback is the punter, be very careful because you could get a fake pretty easily. And right now, both of these teams trying to find momentum. So Hooker waits the snap. It's a good one. He will kick it away, just steps right up. It is a high end-over-ender, and Henson going to field it, and he is going to fake a pitch. That a dangerous fake as Hall on him very quickly. Also, Christian Montez will get the tackle, but very dangerous to think about doing the pitch right there. I think Lovington just needs to take a deep breath and start playing a little bit more conventional football here. It'll be 1st and 10. Much better field position this time, though. They'll have it officially at the 29-yard line in Ruidoso territory. Lovington's pretty much been living, or in their own territory, I should say. They've pretty much been living in that territory. Just underway, second quarter, no score. Both of these teams trying to get something moving. Twins to the left, one to the right. Tight end in the ball game. Aranda with Cardenas in the backfield. Good snap. Hand it off. Dallas starts it right. A little jump, a little skip, a little move. Comes back to the middle. Has the room to the 35, to the 40, to the 45, to the 50, to the 40, to the 30, to the 20, 10, 15, 5, into the end zone. 6 on the board. Touchdown Wildcats. Dallas Perez takes it 71 yards to the house, and there is the big play, and the Cats draw first blood.
Well, their first big play was that sack, and that set up the turnover, and then that set up an incredible play. I don't know how he survived getting tackled. I thought he was down, and out he pops, and
I thought Alex Mendoza, big number 69, had him wrapped and sat on, but somehow Cardenas squirmed away from it and gets out and makes it happen. So the point after to come, Adam Aguilera will be the kicker with Tayton Hilliard out injured tonight. A little surprised that maybe it's not Lucas Contreras. He's their place kicker normally. And I'm looking to see if I see Lucas on the sideline tonight.
Well, You know,
the point
I did
after
tell
to
you
come.
that number 13, Lucas Contreras, I thought I saw during the warm-up that a player with just street clothes and a
And
hoodie.
you're right, there is Lucas, and he is
Yep.
in street clothes tonight. So they're down to their number 3 place kicker, but a pretty good one in Adam Aguilera. He's listed as all kinds of things. Athlete, I think, would be the most appropriate. So the hard count, and Ruidoso jumped, but they're going to say that Lovington pulled him. The kick is up and through, not that it will matter, and it'll be offsides on Ruidoso. So the offsides will be half the distance to the goal. I hate to even write that down because literally it is a 1-yard penalty,
Right.
and not really much of a penalty. So we'll try it again from a yard closer. First, or rather the point after to come, 71 yards from Dallas Cardenas. Puts Lovington on the board first, 6-0. Little confusion in the Lovington line. They're going to block it up. Nope, now they're going to go for it. Henson takes it over the right side and put 2 on the board as Isaac Henson takes it into the end zone for the 2-point conversion. And with 11:32 to go in the first half, it's Lovington 8, Ruidoso nothing. Back for the kickoff in 1 minute on KZOR. Dallas Cardenas breaks it down the near side for 71 yards. The 2-point conversion run in by Isaac Henson, and the Cats are up 8-0. 30 seconds gone here in the second quarter. I'm TJ Miracle, Don Morgan. Downfield side as we await the kickoff. It is a good line drive kick. It'll be fielded by Hall back at the 10. Brings it to the 15, to the 20, to the 25. Little stutter step. Crosses the 30 to the 35 and still on his feet. Pardon me, I thought that was Hall. Actually, that's Dominguez.
Yes.
As he's going to get it to the 31-yard line. So a good return. And so Ruidoso will be set up in pretty fair position, trailing by 8 points, Dawn.
And it was DeMarcus Thompson who came up behind Dominguez and bear hugged him and got him down.
So far, Thompson having a whale of on the defensive end of things. He was one we talked about needing to step up with Tate and Hilliard out this evening. And so far, so good. So Ruidoso's going to come out in a 4-receiver set this time. Trips to the left and 1 to the right. Lovington a 3-man front. 3 linebackers in the ball game as Hooker from the shotgun. Actually from the pistol, not quite the full shotgun. Will hand it off. Nope, he keeps it himself, comes near side. He's got some running room and is going to be tripped up at the 45-yard line. That was a huge shoestring tackle for Isaac Henson, but it's still going to be good for 11 yards for the quarterback Hooker, and it'll be first down for Ruidoso.
Yeah, I'm not sure anybody else would have been there to stop him. Isaac had to kneel down and trip him up to be able to get him down.
From the 46-yard line, 1st and 10 for the Warriors. Twins to the left, 1 to the right, offset eye in the backfield as Hooker gets run into and throws it to Dominguez. That's behind the line, but they're going to say incomplete pass. That was almost a backward pass, and Cesar Gonzalez was there to scoop it up, but the men in stripes said no, it was parallel, so it's an incomplete pass. It was not a backward pass. So it'll be 2nd down and 10. That looked like a blown play as Hall ran right up the back of Hooker on that one, Dawn.
Yeah, I think there was some miscommunication about that for sure. But Cesar was really good.
Yeah,
Gonzalez right there where he needed to be.
Twins to the left as they'll shift a man over into the tight end position, picking it up
low
off the
snap.
turf, handing it off to Hall. He's got some room to the 50, to the 45, and finally going to be slung down by Thompson, but not before he picks up 11 yards to get another Ruidoso first down. First time he's had much running room, and he made Lovington pay for it.
Ruidoso
now they're going into the hurry-up offense. Hand it to Hall. Starts at left. Comes back across the middle. Crosses the 35 to the 30. Dragon Cats with him inside the 30 down to the 29-yard line. So it'll be a pickup of 13 yards for Hall as they have gone into warp speed, Dawn.
And Lovington's
and here they go, and it'll be Hall again right up the middle. Not a lot of running room that time. Gets it to the 25-yard line. It'll be a 2-yard pickup as he is met and dropped by Josh Carrasco.
And they're getting ready again.
They're moving, and they are moving fast.
Lovington is going to have to.
2nd down and 8. From the pistol formation, Hooker waits for it. Twins to the right side. Now they're going to change the play at the line. Again, I apologize for the shoddy camera work. Deep back is Hall. Twins right, one left. 2 tight ends in the ball game. Hand it off to Hall. He's going to take it right up the middle and runs right into a blue-clad wall. Jaime Perales knocks him down after just a 1-yard gain.
Yeah, good stop. Good stop by Lovington D, which they had a little more time to get set before that. The two plays right before that, there was no time.
No, there wasn't. 3rd down and 7 for Ruidoso. Going to take their time now as Hooker and Hall and the rest of them look over to Coach Johnson, who sends in the play from the sideline. 9:40 remaining in the first half. Lovington up 8-0. A slug fest here in Lovington so far. From the shotgun, Hooker holds it. Now he throws it across the middle, and that one almost picked off. It was tipped at the line by Ezekiel Guzman and then almost into the hands of Joseph Perez.
Yeah, so Jaime Perales also was right there and in on that.
So a nice job by the Wildcats. So it'll be 4th down and about 7 to go. And Ruidoso will go for it deep in Lovington territory from the 23-yard line. From the pistol formation, 3 yards behind the line as flags fly. I think Ruidoso jumped. I don't think
Lovington's
they got.
Pointing at them.
Nope. They called Keith Johnson saying he called timeout before the flag flew. And nope, they're going to say false start on Ruidoso. They're not going to give them the timeout, but I think they're going to charge Coach Johnson with the timeout anyway. So that'll really be the first real penalty. So that'll move them back 5 yards. So it'll be 4th down and 12 as they take the timeout. We'll just keep it right here as they are going to waive things. And, yeah, timeout taken by Ruidoso. We'll keep it right here and say a big thank you to our friends at Navajo Refining Company, Norley Hospital, Nowell Pharmacy, Man Welding, Bob's Thriftway, and the First American Bank of Lovington, bringing you Wildcat football here on Z94 KZOR, the Z94 KZOR app, also on the Lovington Sports YouTube channel. Please subscribe. Remember, it can win you $100 every 1,000 subscribers on the Lovington Sports YouTube channel. One subscriber will win $100. And also, of course, watching on the Lovington Sports tab at HobbsAmerica.com. So 4th down and 11. You've got to think Ruidoso is going to go for it. Once again, Lovington cannot let them get the big play here. Beef up the middle, because that's what Ruidoso likes to do. They've done a nice job on the receivers thus far, but you got to beef up the middle. Stay in your lanes if you're the linebackers. Lovington puts 8 men in the box. From the pistol formation, Hooker gets it, low snap, and now Coach G is going to take the timeout. He saw something he didn't like, so with 9:29 to go in the first half, it's Lovington 8, Ruidoso nothing. We're back in 30 seconds on KZOR. So Lovington and Ruidoso trade timeouts, and now it'll be 4th down and 11. Ruidoso going to go for it from the Lovington 28-yard line. Great to have you with us. I'm TJ Miracle, Don Morgan Field side. So from the pistol formation, Hooker going to send a man in motion. That's Dominguez. Fake the handoff, looks to pass, throws it down the far side, and there will be a flag knocked away by Contreras on Dominguez. But that flag is going to be in the neighborhood of holding, and I'm thinking if I'm Lovington, I decline this. It was thrown by the judge on the near side, so let's see.
It was thrown.
And it will be illegal shift on Ruidoso, and it will be declined. And so the result of the play is incomplete pass and over on downs to the Wildcats. That was great coverage by Javier Corrales on that play, Dawn.
Yeah, and it was clean coverage. What's even better is that there was no interference there whatsoever. He was just on him like a cheap suit.
So each team has turned it over on downs once. Lovington will take back over from their own 28-yard line. First down and 10, 9:23 to go. First half, Lovington up 8-0. You don't feel comfortable with that score. Ruidoso is definitely here to play this evening. Beautiful night for football in southeast New Mexico. And thank you for being with us wherever you are, southeast New Mexico, West Texas, and around the world. Quads to the right, one to the left for the Wildcats. Empty set in the backfield. As Aranda going to send a man in motion, that is Henson, and they are going to hand it off. Isaac around the corner, got some room to the 35, to the 40, out to the 42-yard line. Isaac takes the ball and takes it 13 yards and moves the chains on the end around. First down, Wildcats.
That was a beautiful handoff. It had everybody fooled. I could see it here just because of the angle. I could see it from behind, but man, they did that like they were just tossing each other a bag of peanuts in the park or something. Nobody blinked.
I think maybe they've practiced that a time or 400. Tackle made on the far side by Braxton Hall on the running back's speed from the defensive back position. Probably the only thing that saved that from being a bigger gain. First and 10 for the Wildcats from their own 42-yard line. Send Henson in motion again. High snap as Ashton handles it, but he is hitting the backfield, and we got flags going everywhere as Ashton gets creamed by number 60. That was Connor Williams. So let's see what the penalty is going to be. I think we may have an illegal shift on the Wildcats this time. And they're talking to Ruidoso to see what they want. And it will be a face mask on Ruidoso. So now the question is it the 5-yard variety or is it going to be the 15? Nope, it's just the 5-yard face mask. So I don't have to write that the loss down in the book, which I like a whole lot. And now it's first down and 5. So first and 5 from the Cats from the 46-yard line. Still inside their own territory, but on the move. 8:43 to go first half. They're up by a score. We've got Twins to the right and one to the left. Aranda from the shotgun. Cardenas is his running back. Handed off to Dallas. Comes near side. Gets a block. Cuts it back to the 50. To the 45. Inside Ruidoso territory. And down to the 44-yard line. It is a pickup of 11 and move the chains. First down, Cats. And on Dallas Perez now with 104 rushing yards in the first half. So first and 10 inside Ruidoso territory from the Warrior 44. Send Twins to the left and one to the right. Cardenas on the right shoulder of Aranda. Good snap, handed off to Dallas again. Going to try the sweep. Now he's going to have to turn it, reverses his field, but can't do it as he's drugged down by his shirt by 32. Dalton Trapp, number 32. That's a case of the freshman, I think, trying to do too much, and he's going to lose 5 yards on the play, and that actually knocks him back under the century mark, and it's second down and 15. Again, he's just a freshman. We got to remember that. But you got to run, as my old coaches would say, run north-south, kid, not east-west. So it'll be second down and 15 for the Wildcats. Just inside of Ruidoso territory. Twins left, Twins right. Aranda waits the snap. Good snap. Pressure comes. Steps up in the pocket. Lets it fly. Coming near side and has a man and keeping the feet in. Great job. Great catch by Cesar Gonzalez, number 15. So Gonzalez picks it up, and he gets 17 and move the chains. First down, Cats.
And I can't believe Ashton Aranda had to get loose of that ball so fast. He threw it in just a half a second, and it was a bullet and right on target. And a great catch and a great mindful of exactly where his body was and where his feet were, but as Gonzalez caught that before he went out of bounds.
That was a great job, and I gave him 17. It's actually 20, so a 20-yard completion, and it'll be first and 10 Wildcats, their 5th first down of the first half. They'll put it at the 29-yard line, first and 10 Lovington. as they've gotten the big plays when they have needed them. So now they're going to split trips to the left, one to the right. In the slot on the near side is Aguilera, and they're going to shift him out to the right side. Good snap. Aranda handles it, rolls right side, throws it to Aguilera coming across the middle. Good coverage by Ruidoso and number 12, Cooper Pritchett, who knocked him down. It'll be a 2-yard completion. Adam has not had a lot of running room tonight. It'll be 2nd down and 8. 2nd and 8 for the Wildcats. Clock continues to move with 6:40 remaining in the first half. Lovington up 8-0 over the Warriors of Ruidoso. Lovington takes a deep breath and comes back out. Henson going to be split wide to the left. Aguilera split wide to the right. Gonzalez and Contreras in the gaps. In the slot, hand it off to Perez. Nope, it'll be Aranda. Keeps it himself, bounces it to the right side. Stiff arms a man as he crosses the 25 and is going to be run out about the 22-yard line. It'll be a pickup of 6 on the quarterback keeper. So not exactly what you wanted for a 2nd down, but it's good positive yards, and it makes a very manageable 3rd down. So 3rd down and 4 officially. And so it'll be 2nd down, or rather 3rd and 4 from the 23-yard line. They need to get it just inside the 20. Going to split trips to the right. Send Henson by himself down to the left. Cardenas stays in the backfield with Aranda as Ashton calls out the signals. Gets what he wants. Good snap. Tosses it on the end around. That is Olguin coming sideways, and he is going to be taken off of his feet back at the 25-yard line. He is going to lose a couple of yards as he was decleated by Christian Montez. Again, you got to go east-west, or north-south, not east-west.
That was David Sanchez, number 23.
Oh, for them?
Yes.
Okay. So Olguin going to lose a yard officially, and so Sanchez knocks him down. So Lovington going to go for it deep in Ruidoso territory, facing a 4th down and 5. There's a beautiful harvest moon rising over the stadium. So quads to the right, new look for Lovington tonight, 1 to the left. Aranda in the empty set in the backfield. Ashton calls it out. Steps back. Now he's going to be pressured. Comes near side. In trouble. Going to be flushed. Throws it underneath. He's going to be bailed out by Aguilera across the 15 down to about the 12-yard line, and a late flag comes out. It'll be a pickup of 12, but let's see what the flag is going to be. I've got to think that's a late hit on Ruidoso the way it came in, but we shall see. And it will be face mask on Ruidoso, so it'll be from the end of the play. So 12 yards, move the chains, 1st down for the Wildcats. Let me get that on Adam's tally sheet here, and that'll be half the distance to the goal. So about a 8-yard penalty, what it's going to wind up being on Ruidoso. And so it'll be 1st and goal for the Wildcats at the 7-yard line. So 1st and goal, Cats from the 7, 4.5 to go in the first. Lovington knocking on the door, up by a score. Quads to the right, 1 to the left, as Ruidoso going to have to take a timeout as they had a man frantically trying to get off the field, Bradley Tercero, and so they have to take a timeout to avoid the too many men on the field penalty.
Well, I think that's a taste of their own medicine after running that hurry up for a couple of plays against Lovington. Now, Lovington got to the line pretty quickly, and Ruidoso was scrambling.
Yes, they were. So the timeout taken by the Ruidoso Warriors. We'll just keep it right here. Of course, don't forget, coming up going into halftime, we will have the Bob's Thriftway Coaches Conversation with Coach G before we go into your halftime show from our friends at Lovington Auto Supply. Just a quick note, after the game, the coaches' conversation will actually take place after the seniors of the football team are recognized, so please stay with us for that one. It's going to go just a little while as these Lovington seniors are recognized. So I think Ruidoso has got their plans worked out as the Cats will head back out with a 1st down and goal from the 7-yard line. 4:32 remaining here in this first half of play. Lovington 8-0. So Lovington will come out, going to send quads to the right again, 1 to the left. Empty set in the backfield for Ashton. Ashton Checks off everything, now gets it. High snap, handles it, throws the fade into the corner and gets it to Isaac. 6 on the board. Touchdown Wildcats. Isaac Henson, 7 yards for the Lovington score, and they're up 14-0. Beautiful pass, beautiful adjustment by Isaac. He had to come back on it just a little bit and gets it in the end zone for the Lovington score.
That was a lob of a pass. It was high. I haven't seen Aranda throw very many of those, but it was awesome.
So now the point after to come with Lovington's 2 primary place kickers out. They may go for 2 again, and they will. Isaac Henson will run the Wildcat offense. Isaac gets it. He'll take it on the right side. Turns on the speed, cuts it back, and put it in the end zone. 2 more on the board. The second 2-point conversion for Isaac Henson, and Lovington is up by a score of 16-0. 4:25 to go first half. We are back in 60 on Z94 KZOR. Thank you, ma'am. Seven yards from Ashton Aranda to Isaac Henson, and then Henson takes the 2-point conversion himself into the end zone for the 2-point conversion. Lovington up 16-0 on Ruidoso. Welcome back to Wildcat Stadium. I'm TJ Miracle, high above the blue turf. Dawn Morgan patrolling field side for us as Brennan Garcia prepares to kick it away for the Wildcats. So far, the Cats are getting through this one. It'll be a short kick. It'll be fielded by the quarterback Hooker at the 28, brings it to the 30, across the 35, and out to about the 38-yard line. Is hit and ridden down by Cesar Gonzalez. So
and Alec Olguin.
And Alec Olguin. So 1st and 10 for the Warriors from the 38-yard line. Lovington up by a score of 16-0. Thanks for being with us here on a beautiful Friday night from Lovington, New Mexico. Evie Stuber in studio engineering and producing, doing double duty tonight with our friends from Eunice. Thanks, Evie. I know it's you're running back and forth. Hooker from the pistol formation. The deep back in there with him is Hall. Lovington shows blitz, twins to the left. Hand it off to Hall. Nope, Hooker going to keep it himself. Coming near side. He's to the 40, to the 45. Trying to run to the 50, to the 40, and finally going to be pushed out of bounds, but not before he gets a huge gain down to the 35-yard line. So that's going to be 15, 25, 27 yards on the keeper for Hooker, and it'll be 1st and 10 for Ruidoso.
I think that was Joshua Carrasco who pushed him out of bounds.
43 yards on 7 carries for Hooker, as now they are in Lovington territory, officially at the 36-yard line. 1st and 10. Ruidoso spins twins left, one to the right. Hall is the deep back with Hooker from the pistol formation. Calls it, gets it, throws the screen, and that one is going to be picked off. And with some running room, the Cats are moving it back into Ruidoso territory and to the 40-yard line. As hopping up and making a huge grab right there was Anthony Gomez. Gomez with the INT, and the Cats have the football back. Thank you, Mr. Gomez.
Wow, you talk about great awareness of where he was on the field and what was going on. He knew exactly, reached right up and grabbed it as if that was intended for him.
I know, that was a big play, and the Cats needed it. Ruidoso had the feeling like maybe they were trying to get just a little bit of momentum going, but Lovington said nope. Not going to happen. So the Cats still with 2 timeouts, 3:51 to work with here in the first half. Will take back over from the Ruidoso 42-yard line. Trips to the left, one to the right. Cardenas in the backfield. Aranda waits the snap. High snap. Ashton has it. Going to be flushed. Comes near side. Waits. Throws it back across the middle. And that one going to be knocked away at the last second as Hall creams Gonzalez. But I think he got there at the same time as the ball, so I'm not going to complain. It'll be 2nd down and 10. That was just good coverage that time, I think.
If the Lovington can ride this offensive momentum and get another score before halftime, that would be huge for them.
Yes, it certainly would be huge, because Ruidoso gets the ball to start the second half.
Yep.
So the Cats will come back out, break the huddle, send trips to the left, one to the right. Cardenas in the backfield with Aranda. 2nd down and 10. Good snap, hand it off. Dallas comes near side, cuts it back to the 40, to the 35, to the 30, to the 20, to the 15, and ridden down from behind as a touchdown saving tackle by Caden Sago, but a huge gain inside the 15. Move the chains, 1st down Cats.
Man, he just has a great talent of getting out of tackles. He's slippery. And he's quick, and he just has no fear. He just runs right exactly where he needs to, no matter what's going on. And normally he gets the positive yardage.
From the 16-yard line, 1st down and 10 for the Wildcats. Cardenas, 8 carries, 126 yards in the first half. Twins left, Twins right. Cardenas in the backfield. Aranda barks out the signals, has it, rolls right, looks right, going to be pressured, lets it fly, and over the head of his intended target on that far side, Anson Marquez, but he was getting pressed from the backside pretty hard and had to let go of that one before he got crunched. So it'll be 2nd and 10 from the 16.
And that was Sago again, who was pressuring Ashton Aranda.
So it'll be 2nd down and 10 for the Wildcats from the 16-yard line. We wait for the ball to come back in. 3:08 remaining here in this first half of play. Lovington up by 2 scores. Would love nothing more than to make it 3. As the back judge will reset the ball at the 16-yard line. Play clock now starts to move. Aranda from the shotgun. High snap, Ashton handles it. A little pressure, throws across the middle, and a little bit of miscommunication. He was trying to get Aguilera going up the middle. I think he thought that Adam was going to run more towards the center of the field. Instead, he just kept going straight up. So a little bit of miscommunication, and now it's 3rd and 10 for Lovington. And Adam had some room to run if he could have adjusted and gotten that one. Braxton Hall had bit on one of the slot receivers on the far side. So it'll be 3rd down and 10, 3:02 remaining in the first. The Cats would love to cash in on the turnover. Trips to the left, one to the right. Cardenas in the backfield with Aranda on the right shoulder. Ashton gets it, high snap, hands it to Dallas, comes near side. He's across the 15, drags men with him inside the 10, down to about the 8-yard line as that young man just will not go down. And finally, he's going to be drugged down and popped down by Gavin Hall. But it's still a big pickup of, call it 6. Call it 6. And so now it'll be 4th down and 4 for the Wildcats. And you think Lovington's going for it, Dawn? I think the answer is yes.
Yeah, no question.
From the 10-yard line, inside the Ruidoso red zone this whole drive. An important 4th down and 4. Send Twins left, Twins right. Lovington with a big 4th and 4, pressing into Ruidoso territory, trying to cash in on the turnover. High snap, Ashton with it and throws through the flag out as the inside route was being run by Aguilera. Those two just not on the same page this drive. It'll be over on downs to Ruidoso, but pinned deep in their own territory at the 10-yard line.
With only 2 minutes, 9 seconds left on the clock until half.
Of course, Lovington still with 2 timeouts to work with. If they can get some stops here on Ruidoso, they could get the ball back potentially with about 45 seconds or a minute left on the clock. So we'll have to see what the thinking is here. 1st and 10 for Ruidoso. Hooker from the pistol. Lovington coming up showing blitz. And it'll be Hooker keeps it himself, is hit in the backfield, but gets away from the first. Runs it out to the 10 and is knocked down behind the line on a quarterback keeper. They may give him back to the line of scrimmage, but I think he should have lost one. Good coverage. That was Gonzalez again on the far side.
Cesar Gonzalez, yep.
And so they're actually going to give him right back to the line of scrimmage, so it'll be 2nd down and 10, and timeout is going to be taken. I've got to think Lovington will take the timeout. 1:50 to go, first half. Lovington 16, Ruidoso nothing. We're back in 30 on KZOR and the Lovington Sports YouTube channel. Welcome back to Wildcat Stadium, Brian Urlacher Field, the blue turf here in southeast New Mexico. I'm TJ Miracle, Dawn Morgan patrolling field side for us, courtesy of Now Pharmacy. Evie Stuber in studio engineering and producing. So Lovington stretching out and knocking down Griffin Hooker on a quarterback keeper and then calling timeout with 1:50 to go here in the first half. Lovington, I think, wants one more shot at getting the score in this first half. Hooker from the pistol formation, which means he's about 3 yards behind the line. Hall is the deep back, and that one is going to be over the middle and complete as Hall gets away from the first one as they went high, gets from the second one and across the 20 to the 22-yard line. You've got to go low on Hall. It'll be complete, and he'll get it out to the 23-yard line. It'll be a 13-yard completion, and it will move the chains for Ruidoso.
That was Brian Gutierrez who did bring him down, though, finally, for the Wildcats.
And so that'll bring up a first down and 10 from the 23-yard line for the Warriors. Lovington shows blitz, hand it to Hall. Comes over the left side, crosses the 25, and coughs the ball out, and Lovington says they've got it back.
It was a flag, though.
Nope, that was the marker. That was the marker, and it will be Lovington football. The Cats strip the ball away from Braxton Hall and get the football back. The Wildcats do it.
It was Joseph Perez who handed the ball to the ref. I don't know if he's the one who did it.
If he's the one that handed it to him, he's who I'm going to give credit. I saw him go in and put the hit on. Then I saw the other arm come down. I didn't see the ball come out. So it'll be Lovington football. I said, hey, they could get it back with, 50 seconds a minute. How about a minute 18? And at the 24-yard line, time to cash in on the second turnover of the first half. So Lovington will bring it out. Trips to the left, one to the right. Cardenas in the backfield on the right shoulder of Ashton Aranda. Aranda barking it out. And that one is going to be a bad snap. Ashton picks it off the turf, comes to the middle of the end zone and hits it, goes up, climbs the ladder, corner of the end zone, 6 on the board, touchdown Wildcats, 25 yards into pay dirt. Wow! Ashton Aranda and Isaac Henson hooking up for the second time in the ball game, this time from 25 yards out, and the Wildcats are up 22-zip.
I think the less time that Aranda has to think, and when he just has to throw, I think the better it is. He had to pick, that was a bad snap. He picked it up off the turf and still got that throw off and connected.
Yeah, let it fly before he got creamed by Aiden Bryce. And so now Lovington will come out. They're showing they're going to attempt the kick with Adam Aguilera out of the hold of Henson. But we'll see. And the snap is good. The kick is up, and it is waiting on it. Waiting on it. What's the signal? There was only one ref back. And it's good. And we still haven't seen a signal, but okay, let's call it good. So with 1:10 remaining in the first half, it's Lovington 23, Ruidoso nothing. We'll just keep it right here, Dawn, as the Cats have turned a turnover into a score. And we still have not gotten a confirmation of whether it was good or not. As Coach G going to come over and ask, because the back judge, he didn't signal good. He also didn't signal not good. From up here, it looked good.
Yeah, it looked from here that it went easily through the crossbars. That's what it looked.
Yeah, it looked like it did, but we still don't have any official word. We have not gotten any official word from the officials as to whether that was good or not. So I don't know if it's 22-0 or 23-0. I'm going to go with what they got on the scoreboard and call it 23-0. Be an interesting coaches' conversation, as it always is, from Bob's Thriftway coming up here in about a minute and 10 seconds of clock time. But still, 25 yards after the turnover. Aranda to Isaac Henson, their second hookup of the first half. And that was a big one. After they failed to cash in on the interception, they do cash in on the fumble. So now it'll be Brennan Garcia to kick it away for Lovington with 1:10 to go. I think if you're the Cats here, you might ought to think about an onside kick. I would consider it, I think. Just to see, Brennan is certainly capable of doing the little pop-up and getting it into space. So we'll see what happens. As Garcia going to come up, and he is just going to boot it away. It's a low line drive, and that one's going to be muffed by Dominguez at the 15. He chases it back inside the 10 as Olguin hits him at the 14 and spins him to the 15-yard line. Great coverage down the field after the muff. So first and 10 for Ruidoso. I think with a minute and change to go here in the first half, if I'm Ruidoso, the way that's been going for him the last 8-10 minutes of game time, I think maybe I just kneel this one out and go to the locker room and figure it out.
It was little Dominguez who muffed that.
But that's probably not going to be what Coach Keith Johnson does. He's got a couple of state championships under his belt, so don't underestimate this Warriors squad. They do kind of ride the roller coaster a little bit, but they've definitely got a whole lot of size and some speed this year. And they will come out and spin Twins to the left, and we've got a flag on the play. I think we've got too many men on the field. Yep, it'll be too many men on the field. So Ruidoso with their fourth penalty for 25 yards, move them back 5, so it'll be first and 15 as that'll put them inside the 10-yard line. They could not get that receiver off fast enough. So our score, 23-0. Lovington in control of this one as we near the end of the first half. 1:02 to go. Twins to the left, 1 to the right from the pistol formation. Hooker hands it off. Hall goes left side, has some room. He's across the 10 to the 15 to the 20 to the 25 to the 30, 35. Stiff arms a man as he crosses midfield and gets it up in Lovington territory at the 49-yard line. As he's going to take that one 41 yards. And so a huge gain and first down for Ruidoso. And they're going to come out and go in the hurry up this time. From the shotgun, new quarterback in the ballgame. Coming near side is Hall again. He's going to be stacked up, but drags the Wildcats with him for a pickup of 7 yards. 7 more yards for Hall. And timeout going to be taken by Ruidoso. And the new quarterback in the game right now is number 12. I'm pretty sure that's Cooper Pritchett.
You know, it's interesting. I noticed before the game even began, looking at the Ruidoso roster, that they have 6 players who are designated as quarterback, at least in one of their given slots, and 4 of those have quarterback as first position.
And I will double check that, but yeah, they do seem to carry quite a few.
They carry 52 guys on their roster for the size of Ruidoso. That's a pretty big roster.
That is. I think we're carrying 43. So, yeah, that is a pretty big one. So Ruidoso takes the timeout, trying to figure something out. They've got a second down and 7. As again, I'm pulling up some quick things. I do believe that will be Pritchett is the quarterback. He's listed as where number. He's listed as
number 11.
Yeah, but he's the only other quarterback who has played significant time.
And
so
I don't see an 11 on the team.
Yeah,
I haven't seen a number 11.
So that's got to be Cooper Pritchett, the sophomore, who's going to take over at the quarterback position.
And there is an 11.
Yep, and
right now.
And I'm pretty sure that is Logan Sandoval. So from the shotgun, low snap handled. Fake the handoff as Pritchett throws it down the seam and overthrows his intended target as he was Pritchett trying to get Sandoval. It'll be incomplete. And so that'll be a second to make that a third down and 7 from the Lovington 42-yard line. 34 seconds remaining, first half. Lovington up 23-0. Sorry, Dawn, go ahead.
No, it's good coverage down the field by Adam Aguilera on that.
Twins left, 1 right. Pritchett from the shotgun handles it, hands it off to Hall, goes left side, turns it up, is hit, and just going to be ridden down as hitting him from behind and going for a ride was Josh Carrasco, but it'll be another pickup of 7 for Hall. and that'll give him 85 rushing yards on 10 carries, and we're under 30 seconds to go. Low snap, and they will just spike it. And so Pritchett spikes it to stop the clock with 23 seconds to go, and now a second down and 10 from the Lovington 35. So Ruidoso trying to get a score here late as Pritchett will head over to the far sideline and get the play from the offensive staff of Ruidoso. So it'll be second down and 10, 23 seconds remaining here in the first half. Lovington up 23-0 over this Ruidoso Warriors team. Here on senior night, getting ready for a performance from the Big Blue Band. They will also honor their seniors tonight. Twins to the left, or rather twins to the right, one to the left. Pritchett from the pistol formation. Fake the handoff to Hall. Pritchett back to pass. Going to be pressured. Rolls left side. Still on the run. Is going to turn it up, take it himself, and is going to go out of bounds. Is going to be ridden out of bounds after about a 2-yard gain. But he gets out of bounds, and that stops the clock, so it'll be third down and 8. Third down and 8.
Was trying to see, I think that's 22. I think that was Anson Marcos who finally rode him out of bounds.
I think so. Marquez, good pursuit there.
But early on, great pressure put on by Caleb Neese.
Yes, it was. So it'll be third down and a long 8, short 9 for this Ruidoso team. From the 34-yard line inside Wildcat territory. Pritchett is taken over the quarterback. Low snap, he handles it. 5-step drop, pressured. Is hit just as he lets it fly down the middle of the field, and that one almost picked off by Gonzalez again. But it'll be incomplete. Stops the clock. 8 seconds to go. Fourth down and 9. It'll be the last play of the half, you've got to think.
Yep, and Ruidoso has one more play, one more try to get it into the end zone. So Lovington really needs to make the big stop here.
They do. They've played bend but don't break, so they need to keep Ruidoso out. Ruidoso will have the football to start the second half, and you got to think Coach Johnson has seen what happens when they go into hurry-up mode.
Yep,
that they may come out in the second
like
half.
They'll have lightning offense going on. They will.
In the second half, you've got to think they will. Twins left, one right. Deep back is Hall. Low snap. Pritchett rolls, looks to throw. Pump fakes. He's going to tuck it, take it himself. He's got a lane. He's across the 20. Little stutter step and down and to the 10-yard line as the clock expires.
Whew.
He'll pick up, call it 21 yards for Pritchett, and it'll be a first down to end the quarter. But Lovington goes in to halftime up over Ruidoso 23-0. Wow, that was a big one. As Dawn Morgan awaits our coach's conversation from Bob Swiftway with Coach G. Of course, getting ready for the Lovington Auto Supply Napa Know-How halftime show. Brought to you by our friends at Lovington Auto Supply. But first, our coach's conversation as Coach G and talking to the officials momentarily. Now talking to his guys as he goes over to speak with our very own Dawn Morgan. Dawn?
Hey, Coach, 23-0, halftime, not bad. What did you see that you liked? What did you not like out of the team in that first half?
I think I knew that, and that's the type of team they are. This is a big-time game for them. It's a big-time game for us, and so we're battling for a district championship. So I knew they were going to come out. They were going to be inspired. They played that way when they came out. Kind of rocked us a little bit, but we settled in and made some big plays. Took the football away, had some acts of piracy take place. So just proud of our kids for just keeping on there and a little bit after a slow start.
They've been able to get at you just a little bit with that lightning offense. You expect to see that when they come out in the second half?
Yeah, they made a change at quarterback, so I'm not real sure what's going on. But, at the end of the day, I still think number 7, who was the guy that started at quarterback, he's one of the most biggest dual threats that they have, and so if they're going to put another athlete back there, it doesn't deter from what we're doing. So
saw something new offensively a couple of times tonight. Quads right, one left. How's that working out?
It just goes back to a couple of weeks ago. We got to find ways to put the football in our players' hands, and that did it a couple of times for Isaac. So he's making a bunch of great plays and taking care of the quarterback. Ashton's throwing the ball well, so they're doing a good job.
Couple of people out tonight, no Tayton and also no Contreras or no number 13, but you do have number 2 back tonight and some other players stepping up for you.
Yeah, it's inspiring, especially for Javier Corrales. Just so proud of him, and he's coming out here making a bunch of plays. Tayton and Lucas, they're it's little nicks and stuff, so I just felt like it was the best decision just to sit them out, and these guys are carrying the load, so I'm really proud of them.
right, and what's the key to the second half? What's your message going to be? All right, thanks, Coach.
Yes.
Excellent, thanks.
All right, our Bob Thriftway coaches conversation with Coach G. We appreciate him taking time always with us to talk at halftime and after the game. We'll take a 3-minute timeout, come back with your Lovington Auto Supply Napa Know-How halftime show. This is Wildcat Football on Z94 KZOR Hobbs Lovington and the Lovington Sports YouTube channel. Welcome back to Brian Urlacher Field in Wildcat Stadium. It's time for your Lovington Auto Supply Napa Know-How halftime show from the good folks at Lovington Auto Supply, 217 West Avenue D in Lovington. When you need the know-how for your car, get the Napa Know-How from the good folks at Lovington Auto Supply. I'm TJ Miracle up in the booth. Dawn Morgan is field side as the Big Blue Band's seniors are being recognized on the field here at senior night. The football players will be recognized after the ball game. Let's take a look at the numbers in the first half of this one. For the Ruidoso Warriors, their quarterbacks combined go 3 of 11 for 13 yards and 1 interception. Griffin Hooker started the game, and then Cooper Pritchett came in relief late in that first half. So combined 3 of 11, 13 yards, no touchdowns, and 1 interception. On the ground, Braxton Hall carries the ball 10 times for 85 yards, but he did have a big fumble that Lovington turned into a touchdown late in the first half. Griffin Hooker, who's been replaced at quarterback, carried the ball 8 times for 43 yards. He was sacked once. 1 carry in the ball game for Leland Dominguez, and that was good for 3 yards. And then Pritchett after he came in at quarterback, 2 carries for 23 yards. So if you're keeping score at home, that's 13 through the air, 151 on the ground, 164 total yards, as Ruidoso was flagged 5 times for 26 yards in the first half. They got 8 first downs, most of them when they went into warp speed offense, but did not manage to score, so no score for Ruidoso in the first half. Turning the page for your Lovington Wildcats, Ashton Aranda in the first half goes 7 of 15 for 67 yards and 2 touchdowns. Both of those touchdowns coming to Isaac Henson. So those 2 touchdowns combined for Isaac for 32 yards. Adam Aguilera's had 3 catches for 13 yards in the ballgame. Javier Contreras, welcome back, Javier, a catch for 2 yards. And Cesar Gonzalez with 1 catch for 20 yards. But that was a big 20-yard catch because it kept a drive that turned into an Isaac Henson touchdown alive. On the ground on Dallas Perez. Hello, on Dallas Cardenas. I can't read my own handwriting. I apologize in advance. As Dallas Cardenas, 9 carries for 132 yards. Wow. The freshman also reeled off a 71-yard touchdown scamper down the near side, so 132 on the ground. Ashton Aranda, 3 carries for 22 yards. He did have 1 loss. It was not a sack. It was a designed quarterback run. Isaac Henson, 2 carries for 21 yards to go along with his 2 two-point conversions. And Alec Olguin with 1 carry for -1 yard. 67 through the air, 174 on the ground. Means you've got 241 total yards for the Wildcats in the first half. An extremely important. Lovington was just flagged for 1 penalty for 10 yards in that first half. Incredibly important there for the Wildcats. 7 first downs, so they're losing in the first down category, but winning where it counts. 23 points on the board, all 23 of those coming there in the second quarter. So the Cats up at halftime, 23-0, as the Big Blue Band seniors being recognized on the field before, here at halftime. The cheerleaders before the game, the Big Blue Band here at halftime, and the senior football players will be recognized after the football game. So, stick around for that. That'll push our coaches' conversation back a little bit till after that ceremony at the request of Coach G, and we are certainly happy to accommodate him in that. So we'll go ahead and take another timeout, come back with your keys to the second half. This is your Lovington Auto Supply Napa Know-How Halftime Show on Z94 KZOR and the Lovington Sports YouTube channel. Welcome back to your Lovington Auto Supply Napa Know-How halftime show from Lovington Auto Supply, 217 West Avenue D in Lovington. Cats up at the half by a score of 23-0. I'm TJ Miracle, field side, courtesy of our friends at Now Pharmacy, Dawn Morgan. So, Dawn, keys to the second half.
Well, Lovington's definitely going to have to come out and be very, very prepared for that lightning offense. They were able to. They got kind of rattled by that when Ruidoso tried it both times. And, they're going to have to definitely continue to contain two, key players for Ruidoso. They've been the D has been doing a nice job. And, of course, Hall there, so except for, some spurts here and there and a couple of plays here and there, the D has been able to contain those guys and really doing a nice job. So defense has got to continue to be on it, and the offense got to come out and make sure that they take advantage of the opportunities that sometimes the defense is handing them in terms of, forcing the ball over on downs or maybe jarring the ball loose, getting a fumble recovery, and just be able to do that. It's hard to complain about anything when you're up 23-0 at half, but Ruidoso's a talented team. You said it. They could come out. I mean, Lovington had a big first half. Ruidoso could come out and have a big second half, and that's possible. So Lovington has to come out and be just as ready to execute, to contain, and perform under pressure offensively and defensively as they were in that first half.
Well, I think you're absolutely right. I'm thinking on the offensive side of things, Lovington, let's face it, we are a big play team. But since we've found Dallas Cardenas, that gives them a running component. So they have a little bit more of an ability now to control the clock through the run. I think you still take your shots. You take the big play if you can find it, if you can get Adam, who I think is due for a big play, or Isaac, or any of the other myriad of receivers that you can get open and send down there. So keep looking for the big play, but control the clock. Your best defense is going to be to keep that offense, which for Ruidoso is going to be going into that hurry-up 2-minute drill the whole second half. You've got to think. You've got to keep them stapled to the bench, which means you have to control the time of possession, and ideally you score after you've controlled that time of possession. I think you're absolutely right on the defensive side. Have to continue to contain Hall. They did a pretty good job. You might say, well, geez, averaging 8.5 yards a carry, but still when you're looking at over 100 yards a game and 7 touchdowns, and they've managed to hold him out so far. And we're not a great run defense team. I think we've done a great job. It's been kind of bend, don't break, and that's been a very important thing. So defensively, just keep doing. I think you're absolutely right. Keep containing the quarterback and Hall and see what happens, and, try and do what you can to mitigate the circumstances of what, we're pretty sure is going to be the hurry-up offense in the second half. As the team comes back out and heads into the Big Blue Tunnel, we will take another 2-minute timeout, come back with the start of the second half. This has been your Lovington Auto Supply Napa Know-How halftime show from the good folks at Lovington Auto Supply, 217 West Avenue D in Lovington. When you need the Napa know-how for your car, get it from the good folks at Lovington Auto Supply. Second half kicks off right after this. This is Wildcat football from Z94 KZOR and on the Lovington Sports YouTube channel. Welcome back to Lovington Wildcat football on Z94 KZOR, the Z94 KZOR app, and of course also watching live and free on the Lovington Sports YouTube channel. Please do subscribe. Remember, for every 1,000 subscribers that we get on the Lovington Sports YouTube channel, we will give one lucky subscriber $100. So please subscribe if you haven't already, and tell your family and friends. Of course, also available on the Lovington Sports tab at HobbsAmerica.com. But however you're listening or watching tonight, thank you for being with us from Brian Urlacher Field at Wildcat Stadium. With Dawn Morgan patrolling field side, courtesy of Owl Pharmacy, I'm TJ Miracle from high above the stadium. Evie Stuber in studio engineering and producing tonight, pulling double duty, taking care of us and our friends in Eunice tonight as well on our sister station KPZA. Evie, I know it's kind of a back and forth nightmare, but we appreciate your hard work. So it'll be Ruidoso football as we start this second half of action. So quickly, final thoughts before we kick the second half off, Dawn.
Well, you had all the thoughts I've got.
Sorry.
My final thought is I'm just I'm enjoying Lovington, performing well, having a good half, watching them excited and happy to be playing well, and I just want to see the same thing this second half. It's just awesome, and I know they want to feel that. It's a special night, senior night, but I think they really want to seal the deal. Their goal is a district championship, and they can't get that without a win tonight, and they know they need that, and they're going for it.
Yeah, it becomes very difficult if they've got to count on Silver City to beat this Ruidoso team. They are pretty good this year. So Lovington looking to hold on to their number one seed and also potentially wrap up a district championship. Of course, next week with Portales coming to town, nothing is guaranteed. Brennan Garcia will kick it away. Lovington up 23-0 as we get this second half underway. So Brennan has it teed up at the 40. A couple of guys back deep, including Hall, and Brennan will kick the low line drive, but it'll drive Dominguez back. He fields it at the 9, to the 10, to the 15, to the 20, 25, cuts it across the 30 and out to about the 34, 35-yard line before he is finally brought down. Adam Ramirez, the sophomore, grabbing on and hanging on for dear life. So Dominguez with a great return, going to be out at the 34-yard line. So now let's see if they go into fast mode, as it looks like Hooker will be back out at quarterback as they brought Pritchett up, and now they're taking him off. So Hooker will be back at the quarterback position. Going to send twins to the left, one to the right. Hall is the deep back. From the pistol formation, Lovington shows blitz, handed off to Hall, just going to go right up the middle, is met at the line and is going to fall forward for about 2 yards before Brennan Garcia brings him down. Also in on that stop look like Caleb Neese and a couple other cats too. So a pickup of about 2 yards on the play. So it'll be second down and 8. Ruidoso not going light speed yet, but they're not wasting much time. Lovington shows blitz. Now they're going to change the play, looks like, as Coach Keith Johnson sends it in from the sideline. So changing the play at the line is Hooker. The deep back with him is Hall. Send a man in motion. Look for him to run to that right side. Now they're going to throw Wildcat right to Hall. He takes it left, and he's got some room to the 40, 45 to the 50, and hit from behind as he gets to the 45-yard line.
And
it'll be 19. Yeah, it'll be 19 yards for Hall, and it'll be a first down for Ruidoso again. I apologize in advance for the camera work.
He kind of followed Dalton Trapp. Dalton was laying down some good road for him, and
106 on 12 carries now for Hall. Yeah, credit where credit is due. He got some good blocks. Twins to the left, or twins to the right, one to the left. From the shotgun, Hall gonna hand it off on the sweep, and it'll be Hall again from Hooker. Crosses the 40 down to the 38-yard line. It'll be a pickup of 6, and it looks like Ruidoso going to be content just to go with their bread and butter, which is hand it off to Hall and let him bang. So now it'll be second down and 6. They are moving pretty fast, though. We've only got about 90 seconds gone here in this third quarter, and Ruidoso is on the move. Dalton Trapp is the fullback. Halfback is going to be Hall. Hooker from the pistol. Keeps it himself, goes left side, cuts it up the middle, has some room across the 20, across the 30 to the 25, and down about the 22-yard line. It'll be a pickup of 16 for Hooker, and another first down for Ruidoso, their 10th of the ball game.
Yeah, that was a pretty good fake as well, and I think that the fake produced that little seam that opened up a little early for him to be able to mine.
So it'll be first down and 10. 23-0, Lovington in the lead, but Ruidoso on the march, their opening possession of this second half. This in Trapp over to the left side, handed off to Hall, who goes behind Trapp and is hit as he crosses the 15 down to about the 11-yard line as Hall just eating up the yardage. It'll be first and goal or first and 10 from just outside the 10 for Ruidoso. 123 on 14 carries for Hall. First down and 10 from the 11. Oh, wow, they're going to say he didn't quite get 10 yards. Yeah, they changed their mind. They've got to get the chains moved. So they're at the 11, first down and 10. And it'll be Hall on the direct snap again. Runs into the Wildcats on the left tackle and takes it down to the 5-yard line. So it'll be a pickup of, call it 6 for Hall. And it'll be second down and 4 from the 5.
I'm just not feeling that fierce intensity from the defense for Lovington that I felt in that first half. This has been a pretty easy drive for Ruidoso to get down and make that yardage pretty quickly.
Yeah, 16 yards, 19 yards, 11 yards, 6 yards, 6 yards. They're just chipping away at it. Second down and 4. Low snap, hand it to Hall. Up the middle, runs into the line, and taking him into the end zone for the Ruidoso touchdown as he gets it in. And so Hall, or was that Hooker with the carry, Dawn? I'm going to give it to Hall from 6 yards out, but I reserve the right to go change that. 135 yards for Hall, and they just marched it down the field and took 3 minutes and 20 seconds or so off the clock. So the point after to come here for Ruidoso as they get on the board as the kick is up and it wobbles and is partially blocked and no good. So with 8:43 remaining in the third, Ruidoso on the board, but Lovington up 23-6. We're back in a minute on Z94 KZOR and on the Lovington Sports YouTube channel. The Ruidoso Warriors march it right down the field, cap it off a 6-yard touchdown dive for Braxton Hall. The Wildcat special teams gets a partial block, and so that'll make the score 23-6. I'm TJ Miracle, Dawn Morgan Fieldside, and do I have to say it, Dawn? Watch out for the onside.
Yeah. Ruidoso is going to use, I think they're capable of using it looks like the starburst here. They're going to use every trick in the book.
As Enriquez will kick it away, and it is going to be a short kick, but they kicked it right on Dallas Cardenas, and Dallas just falls on it and says, yep, okay, we'll just take it right here. So now it's time for Lovington to see if they can eat up some yards, but more importantly, eat up some clock.
Yeah, they definitely, the clock is more their friend, but, they didn't do themselves any favor by letting Ruidoso run down and get that score right away. I mean, that's not comfortable enough. I mean, it's a big lead on the clock, but there's a lot of football left to play in this second half.
Didn't make them eat a lot of clock either, only 3:20 off the clock. So twins to the left, one to the right. High snap, Ashton handles it, hands it off to Cardenas. He takes it over the left side, gets it across the 40. And we'll call it right to the 40. And so Dallas with 135 yards on 10 carries now, a 13.5-yard average. Not bad. It'll be a pickup of 3, and so it'll be second down and 7. And again, I like this. Just control the ball. control the clock. Keep your eyes and your options open for the big play. Yeah, for the big play if you can, but just move the chains. That's what you want to do. Aranda from the shotgun shifts around Cardenas to his left shoulder. Twins left, one right, tight end in the ball game. High snap, Ashton handles it. Looks to pass, steps up in the pocket, wants it all, throws a laser. He's got Henson in stride at the 20, at the 10, put it in the end zone, 6 on the board. Touchdown Wildcats, 60 yards. Isaac Henson finds pay dirt, and Lovington gets the score back just like that. Wow.
Yeah. Wow. Watch out for the big play. Keep your eye on the opportunity to make big play, right?
Isn't that what I said? I almost sound like
I'm ringing from that statement. And then Henson, then a huge throw. Henson reaches in front of him, and then
I almost sounded.
He's got this second gear that he puts it in that put him way in front of his pursuers.
I almost sound like I know what I'm talking about, and it looks like Lovington might attempt the 2. Nope, now Henson's going to go back for the hold for Adam. So Isaac to hold it. Lovington trying to make it 30-6. Good snap. The hold is down. The kick is up, and it is.
I think it's good.
It is good. So with 7:50 to go in the third quarter, Lovington answers and make it 30-6. We'll just keep it right here, Dawn, as well, that looked like they were going to come out and just grind away, but then Ashton saw the chance to get it to Isaac, and Henson takes it 60 yards to the house. Interesting note tonight, Isaac Henson, 3 touchdown catches. He's only got 3 catches tonight. And
all for touchdowns.
Yeah, all for touchdowns for a total of 92 yards on 3 catches.
Wow.
That's a 30-yard average per catch. Not a bad night. Ashton, 3 touchdown tosses, 127 yards, but 3 of them for touchdowns. Not going to complain too much about that. So now Ruidoso will get the ball back off of the Lovington kickoff. So you got to think they're going to do just what they did before. They're just going to grind and run and run and run and run and run and run. And then grind and run and run and run and run and run a little bit more.
I mean, we've had 2 scores, and there's still 7:50 left to play in the third quarter.
Yeah, and Lovington scored. It took them about 50 seconds off the clock. It did not take much time. So teeing it up at the 40-yard line, it will be Brennan Garcia as he will kick it away for the Wildcats. Up 30-6, so a 24-point lead for Lovington, but still early here in the second half. 7:50 remaining here in the third quarter. And now the Cats going to spread out back at the 35-yard line. Back deep to receive is Dominguez and Hall. So Brennan will come up and he will boot it away. Dominguez will field it back at the 10. Brings it out to the 15, to the 20, middle of the field, 25, 30, 35, and finally closes up on the hole, but we got a flag. I think we're going to have a face mask.
Yeah, I think it was Perez who reached out, and I just thought he slung him around maybe with part of his jersey.
Personal foul, face mask, yep, and it's the biggie too. And so that'll tack 15 yards onto the end of that one. So, yeah, you can't grab onto it and sling it around like it's, like it's a handle on a jug. So that'll move them 15 yards, and that'll get them right to the doorstep of Lovington territory. It'll actually get them into Lovington territory at the Lovington 48-yard line. So a big penalty, so giving Ruidoso a short field to work with here.
You don't want to hand them anything.
No, see Coach G just kind of throw his hands up. So they're going to come out, Twins to the right, 1 to the left. Quarterback is Hooker, sends a man in motion, that's Trapp. As they'll hand it off, Hall up the middle. He's got room across the 40, down near the 35-yard line.
Ooh.
It'll be a pickup of 11 before Lovington can drag him down.
That was Perez who got him from the waist and just kind of pulled him down finally.
146 on the ground now for Braxton Hall. He's closing in on 1,000 yards for the season. So it'll be 1st and 10, ball spotted at the 37-yard line. Lovington has got to figure out their run defense because that's what Ruidoso's going to do. Hooker barks out the signal, sends a man in motion. He'll hand it off. Hall on the counter, Trey.
Oh.
But better that time, crosses the 35 down to about the 34-yard line. A pickup of 3.
Anthony Gomez put the big stop on him. He was the first Wildcat to get his hands on him.
Oh, nice job by Anthony. Keeps the clock moving. I can't believe on this drive only 50 seconds is gone. 7 minutes remaining in the third. 30-6, Lovington in the lead, but Ruidoso on the drive. Twins left, one right. Hand it off. Hall, nope, it'll be Hooker, takes it himself, and he's going to be met and swarmed, but still gets it to the 30. It's a 4-yard gain for Hooker, who now has 63 yards on the ground on 10 carries, so a 6.3-yard average. That's easy math that even I can do. And it is an important 3rd down and 3. So 3rd and 3. Ruidoso on the march. Lovington trying to bend but not break a second time. Hooker hands it to Hall, and he is hit in the backfield and brought down. Great coverage that time. Gap control, that's what happens when you keep it in the gaps. Brian Gutierrez says nope and knocks him down. That's Hall for a 4-yard loss or a 3-yard loss. And so now it'll be 4th down and 6.
Yeah, and that was Anthony Gomez in on the other side too. But yeah, it was a sandwich. It was a Wildcat sandwich for sure.
I saw Gutierrez and he blocked out to the other side from Perez. At least from my vantage point. So it's 4th down and 6. Got to think they're going to hand it to Hall again. They will. He'll start it left, cuts it back. Great job by the Cats staying home again. They'll stop him at the 30, and it'll go over on downs. And Brennan Garcia wrapped him up and waited for the cavalry to come in. And so over on downs, Wildcat 1st down.
Awesome defensive job there.
So now Lovington will get it with 5.5 to go. 3rd quarter up by 30-6. As the defense stepped up and showed a little more fire in their gut on that possession than they did on the prior one.
Wow, what a good 1-2 punch as Lovington answers the Ruidoso touchdown and then comes with a big defensive stop. Yeah, that's great.
So now it'll be up to the offense to respond. 5:36 remaining, 3rd quarter. Again, you got to keep your foot on the gas. Ruidoso would love to win district. They'd also love to maybe spoil district and a possible number 1 seed for Lovington, and some confusion going on as Coach G going to have to take a timeout, so wants to figure it out. So 5:36 to go here in the 3rd. This is Wildcat football from Z94 KZOR and Lovington Sports YouTube channel. A little bit of confusion for the Wildcats, so they take the timeout as they take over on offense to try and sort things out. From the 30-yard line inside Wildcat territory, I'm TJ Miracle, Dawn Morgan field side. Evie Stuber in studio engineering and producing. Trips to the left, one to the right. On the left shoulder is Cardenas for Aranda. Ashton sends a man in motion. High snap, Ashton takes it, rolls near side, looks, throws it underneath and too low and off of the knees of his intended target, Adam Aguilera, so incomplete. It'll be 2nd and 10. Not sure I like that play because it stops the clock. And I don't know, how's it feel down there, Don? There's not that real comfortable feeling. You'd think you're up by 24, you'd kind of have this deep breath kind of thing going on, but I don't get that vibe right now.
Yeah, well, Ruidoso is too capable of exploding, and you just know that if you don't contain those 2 or 3 key players, they're going to be in the end zone.
From the shotgun, Aranda, good snap, handles it, 3-step drop, now pressured, throws it, has Cardenas at the 30, makes a man miss, 35 to the 40, down the sideline, and is going to be slung out of bounds at the 42, but it's still good for 12 yards and move the chains. 1st down, Wildcats.
Oh, yeah, we'll take it.
Yes, we will. First catch of the night for Cardenas. He goes out of bounds, so it stops the clock with 5:21 remaining. So from the 42, make it the 43-yard line. Lovington football, 1st and 10. Wildcats just going to keep moving the football, matriculating the ball down the field, as the great Hagstram would say. From the shotgun, as always, Cardenas on the left shoulder of Aranda. 3-receiver set, hand it off, and up the, on the counter, Trey over the right tackle. And it'll be good for 5, make it 6 yards for Cardenas, who just shot through that hole before it kind of closed up, and he got landed on by a couple of Warriors, including Dalton Trapp.
Yeah, and Trapp is a big guy. You don't want him landing on any part of your body. But that's why I say that Cardenas, he shows a lot of guts. He just does not hesitate at all to jump in there and to squeeze through. And you know the end of that is just going to be pain.
2nd and 4 from just shy of midfield. Wildcat football. They're up by 24. High snap. Hand it off as Cardenas hit in the backfield. And, yep, he's going to lose yardage that time. No way he could get away from Trapp that time, as he's going to lose 4 of the 6 that he got. And so it'll bring up 3rd down and 8. So 3rd and 8 for the Wildcats. Clock continues to move with 4:20 remaining in the 3rd. As bringing the play in from the sideline will be Cesar Gonzalez.
As Perez goes off.
And Gonzalez going to line up in the slot on the left side. The wide out on that side is Henson. 2 receivers on the top side, 2. Aranda barks it out. It's a bad snap. Ashton in trouble. Has to roll and lets it fly and is going to be out of bounds. They may throw an intentional grounding.
Corrales was he was in the neighborhood.
Yeah, and nope, they're going to drop the marker, and they're going to get them on intentional grounding. I don't see any flag on the play, as the head official going to come talk to the line judge to see if it was close enough. And, yep, he's going to call him for intentional grounding, and so that is loss of down and loss of yardage. So that's actually going to be a 15-yard penalty, loss of down.
It's 4th and 23.
Yeah, it's 4th and forever, as they got nailed for the – and so actually that was 4th down, so it'll be 1st down Ruidoso.
Ooh, all right.
No, it will be first. It'll be 4th down. It'll be 4th down and a long way to go, because it's loss of down. Instead of replaying 3rd, it'll now go to 4th. Yeah, so it will be 4th down. And I was going to say, when they announced it should be Ruidoso football, I'm like, wait a minute, that didn't happen on 4th down. So you got to think it'll be punt time for the Wildcats with 4th and Tatum. High snap, it is handled, and we got a flag on the play. Somebody moved as they whistle that one dead. False start on the Wildcats as the gun just gets reloaded as they shoot themselves in the foot on a couple of straight plays. And so we went from 4th and Tatum to about 4th and Crossroads. Let's try not to make this 4th and Dora. Or even worse, 4th and Portales. And so it's 4th down and a long way to go. And so will be punt time. Adam Aguilera will punt it away for the Wildcats. At Braxton Hall, set up at his own 45-yard line. Let's see what Adam can do as they bring the heat. Adam gets it away. Good kick. It's a high
nice.
end-over-ender heading towards the sideline and bounces at the 38-yard line. Takes a Lovington bounce and will roll out at the 37. Are they going to say it went out at the 38? Wow, they're going to give it to him at the 38. But still, a great punt from Aguilera. And so now it'll be up to the defense with 3:45 to go in the 3rd to hold once again. Lovington up 24-6. So the big lead, but not a comfortable lead, just to keep it in perspective. Lovington scored 23 points in the 2nd quarter. And so Ruidoso perfectly capable of that. Lovington's run defense has stepped up big so far. They need to continue it right here. It'll be 1st and 10. Offset eye in the backfield. Hooker, low snap, hands it off. Gives it to Hall. Nope, he keeps it himself around the far side. He's to the 50, to the 45, and down to about the 42-yard line.
That is such a good fake. And he's such a big guy that as soon as he gets a little room, as soon as Lovington's D bites on that, and he's got an open lane. He is gone.
Yeah, Lovington brought him down, but not before he gets 20 yards. Stays in bounds. Clock will continue to move with 3.5 minutes to go in the third. Twins to the right, one to the left. Low snap of Braxton, and just going to have to fall on it is Hall, and I think he got there before the Cats did. He did, but it'll be a big loss of, well, not that big. It'll be about a 6-yard loss, and that will go in the column of Braxton Hall. He's still got 143 on 21 carries, and so now it's 2nd down and 16. Clock continues to move. 3 minutes exactly to go in the third. Twins to the right, one to the left, 2nd and 16, Ruidoso football. All on the left shoulder this time. Good snap, and they will just keep it himself with Hooker, who is met at the line, falls forward, gets about a yard. But again, good gap coverage by the Wildcat defense. Is coming out of there is Brennan Garcia. Hooker is going to pick up 2, so it'll be 3rd down and about 14.
And that was a fake, but and it looked like it was going to go to Hall. But this time, Lovington D stayed with the ball, and as you said, good gap coverage, and that denied them any good yardage.
It certainly did. So 3rd down and 14. And now the Pritchett's in the game, and he'll roll near side. He's looking to throw it. He lets it fly and underthrows it, and that one is going to be almost picked off, as in and out of the hands of Javier Corrales. The intended receiver was David Sanchez, but he turned more into a defender than a receiver, and Corrales just not able to hang on to the football. And so now it's 4th down and 14 for Ruidoso. Now let's see if they leave Pritchett in the game. I'm not sure why they are doing this. Pritchett has been, I don't want to call anybody ineffective, but
I think they're
Griffin
just trying
Hooker
to throw
was,
Lovington off. I think that's all they're doing is misdirection and distraction.
So now they've got Pritchett in the ball game instead of Hooker, who stands on the sideline. Pritchett barks out the signals literally. Low snap, handles it. 5-step drop, is pressured, slips down, and is going to be swarmed back at the 40-yard line as Lovington's defense comes up huge. It'll be a 12-yard sack, and Lovington's offense will take over on downs at their own, or rather at the Ruidoso 39. Second sack of the ball game for the Wildcat D, and that gives them the ball back. Nice job by the Wildcats.
Yeah, absolutely. Even though Pritchett, he kind of ducked out of 2 different tackle attempts, but finally, I was so afraid he was going to get out of all of them and scramble and make a first down, but nope. Lovington defense, they whiffed on it at first, but they ended up getting their man down.
Basically a gang tackle there. So 1st and 10 from the 39, 1:55 to go in the third. Lovington up by 24, but would like to get another insurance score or 2 on the board. 4 receivers set as Ruidoso sends a man in late. They must have gotten him in. Aranda throws it, and again, miscommunication as Aranda was throwing it on the seam, and Aguilera was coming across the middle.
Yeah.
So again, the routes just not on the same page tonight, or Aranda and Aguilera.
Yeah, a couple, 3 times that's been the case. Now, of course, more times than not, it's been right. But when they get it wrong, it's pretty obvious that they're just not. The route and the throw are just totally at odds with each other.
So 2nd down and 10. Trips to the right, 1 to the left. Cardenas in the backfield. Good snap. Handed off to Dallas. He starts at right side. Is going to have a shoestring grab on and finally going to be brought down as David Sanchez gets the fingers around the shoelaces, and then the big boys, including Pritchett, come in and wrap him up and knock him down. It'll be a 3-yard gain for Cardenas, and so 3rd down and 7. Clock continues to move. 1:25 remaining, third quarter. Lovington leading 30-6 here at Wildcat Stadium. We'll set up, if Lovington can hang on, set up a shot at the outright district championship here on the blue turf next weekend. Next Friday night against Portales. Can't look forward to that yet. Twins left, Twins right. 3rd down and 7. High snap. Ashton handles it, throws it, and Cardenas through his hands and in the neighborhood. And thinking about it was Brady Belcher on the INT. Instead, it'll be incomplete. And so now it'll be 4th and 7. Yeah, Don?
That was Javier Corrales.
That's
number 2.
Yeah, it was Corrales.
You had the wrong guy.
Okay. So Javier Corrales incomplete. So now it'll be 4th down and 7. Lovington will go for it deep in Ruidoso territory. 1:01 to go in the third. They're trying to take advantage of the defense's big sack. Trips to the left, one to the right. Good snap. Handled. Aranda going to be flushed. Lets it fly, and he's got Adam this time at the 20, to the 15, to the 10, to the corner, into the end zone. 6 on the board. Touch, no! They say he got pushed out at the 1.
Adam Aguilera.
36 yards to Adam Aguilera, and it'll be 1st and goal for the Wildcats.
Woo!
They were on the same page that time.
They sure were.
Must have heard us say they're not on the same page.
Oh, I said they're getting it right more than they've gotten it wrong.
So it'll be 1st and goal from the 1 for the Wildcats. 49 seconds to go here in the third, trying to punch in another score. The offense has come to play. They've been a little out of sequence tonight at times, but they are making it happen. Send a man in motion. That is Contreras. High snap. Ashton with it, going to tuck it, taking himself, is met at the goal line, and is he in? Waiting on the signal. Waiting on the signal. And I think they're going to say he's short. And so they are going to say he is short, so Ashton gets about a half yard, And so it'll be 2nd and goal from the goal line. It looked like a touchdown from here, but so it'll be 2nd and goal from the 1-inch line as Javier Corrales will check out. Checking in his place will be Joseph Perez. From the pistol this time, Ashton, nope, now he's going to go up under center. And it'll be a Wildcat, and it's going to come to Dallas, and Cardenas takes it in the end zone. 6 on the board, touchdown Wildcats. But we've got a flag. I think we may have a hold on the line. No, I hope it's defensive holding. And it is holding, and it is defensive holding. So 6 on the board, touchdown Wildcats on Dallas Cardenas. His 2nd touchdown of the night makes it a 36-6 score. Lovington is up by 30. And I believe they will enforce that on the kickoff. So that might be a chance to think about the onside kick. But first, let's get the point after done.
I think they go to.
And, I think they're going to. And that was the last play of the third quarter as well. So let's see. And it will be on the kickoff. So we'll go ahead and mark that down while I've got a moment as we prepare for the point after. And it looks like Lovington is going to go ahead and kick it, try and make it 37-6. A 30-point lead. Adam Aguilera out of the hold of Isaac Henson. Ruidoso jumped all over it, and it was up. But, it'll be offsides on Ruidoso. So offsides on Ruidoso. And they get to mark down another 1-yard penalty. And they've already got a 10-yard penalty that's going to be assessed on the kickoff. But that was a big play there for Dallas Cardenas, and that took a little while to kind of develop down there, Dawn. But it looked like he finally got some good blocks on the right side of the line that opened him up and let him go in. So now Lovington up by 30, going to try and make it 31 with the point after. So again, out of the hold of Henson, Aguilera. And now they're going to fake it, and Isaac going to take it himself, throws it to the back of the end zone, and put 2 more on the board as complete the pass to Anthony Gomez from Henson, and that'll make it 38-6 as we end the third quarter. This is Wildcat football on Z94 KZOR Hobbs Lovington. Welcome back to Wildcat football here on Z94 KZOR. On Dallas Cardenas gets some good blocks from the offensive line, takes it in from a yard on a dive, and then the two-point conversion is good from Henson to Anthony Gomez, and that makes it 38-6 as we start the fourth quarter from here at Wildcat Stadium. I'm TJ Miracle, Dawn Morgan alongside Evie Stuber in studio engineering and producing. Score update coming in from Loving tonight as the Eunice Cardinals victorious over the Loving Falcons 46-6, so a 40-point win for the Cardinals, and congratulations to them. They'll await their playoff seed on Sunday. The 8-man and 2A seeds will be determined on Sunday. I think Eunice probably going to wind up being number 3 or 4. Jowl, if they win against Hagerman tonight, which they should, will probably be the top seed in 2A. So congratulations to those Lee County teams. So with the 10-yard penalty, actually it's a 15-yard penalty. It'll move the ball all the way to the 45-yard line. And coming over is Aguilera, and it will be an onside attempt, but it goes backwards.
It's a flag.
And
no,
so,
is that there's the marker? Yeah,
no, it's a flag for a kickoff out of bounds. So,
okay.
And so if I'm Ruidoso, I take it. I think they get the option of taking it right there, and I think they do it.
Yep, illegal.
Yep, illegal kickoff
procedure.
out of bounds, so illegal procedure. And Ruidoso, I think, has the option of taking it right there, and I think they will. As we start the fourth quarter, should be Ruidoso football, 1st and 10 from the 41-yard line, still inside their own territory.
I really would have just kicked that one away. You're up 38-6. I think you just try to pin them back as far as you can.
Well, and what the thinking there, and I don't disagree with it, is you've already, if you take the chance and get it, you've got a very short field to work with because of the penalty, and then, maybe put this into mercy rule timing. I don't disagree with the call. And so the handoff is Pritchett still in. Nope, as he's going to throw it across the middle and in and out of the hands of Trapp. What, you mean no penalty on that one either? Okay, yeah. So they're calling it both ways. I'm not going to
Good coverage by Isaac Henson on him all the way, and
yes.
Cesar Gonzalez behind as well.
Yes, it was. So 2nd down and 10. Lovington up by 32 points, 38-6, trying to cement their standing as the number 1 team in the state. Pritchett still in at quarterback. Hall is his deep back. And the handoff, and it'll be Hall, big hole, 45, 40, to the 30, to the 20. Dragging Wildcats with him down the field and all the way to the 20-yard line. So that is going to be a 34-yard gain for Braxton Hall.
Finally, Cesar Gonzalez just literally jumped on his back and just rode him down.
Yeehaw, Cowboy.
Yeah.
So Ruidoso not giving up. Twins to the right, 1 to the left as we flipped ends. Pritchett is the quarterback. Low snap. He will keep it himself, and he's hit and going to be driven backwards. He's going to lose a yard on that. Nice job by the Wildcat D on that one as Jaden Bosquez held him up and kind of said, all right, I got you. It'll be a loss of 1 for Pritchett. And so it'll be 2nd down and 11. 11 to go in the fourth quarter. And 11 yards to go for Ruidoso. A lot of 11s on the board all of a sudden. So 2nd and 11. Trips to the left, 1 to the right. Take the handoff to Hall, and they put Hooker back in, and he's going to get it to the 20, and then he's going to be met and driven backwards. Might get a yard out of it. And coming out of the bottom of the pile with him, was that Joseph Perez?
Yes, and 59, Brian Gutierrez.
Good job by Perez and Gutierrez. So now it is 3rd down and 10 from the 20-yard line. 10.5 minutes to go. Another big run by their big running back, Hall. Hall, 22 carries, 177 yards. And he is just shy of 1,000 for the season with that carry. And they're going to send Hooker out this time and put Pritchett back in. Twins left, 1 right. Pritchett makes the handoff to Hall, rolls to the right side, looking for the end zone, lets it fly just as he's hit and over the head of his intended target down in the end zone. As getting a little bit of room was the big tight end, Dalton Trapp. but it'll be incomplete, and so now it'll be 4th down and 10 for Ruidoso. And you know that Ruidoso is going to go for it. Down by 32 points and under 10 to play in the ball game.
Good defensive coverage again on that because he had a lot of time to move and throw.
Yes, he did. So it'll be... Yeah, go ahead, Dawn.
No, good defensive coverage downfield, against the receiver.
Yeah, 4th down and 10 as whistles sound, and timeout going to be taken by the Wildcats. And Coach G is not happy about something that he saw. So 9:59 to go in the ball game. Lovington 38, Ruidoso 6. We're back in 30 seconds on Z94 KZOR. Welcome back to Wildcat Football here on Z94 KZOR and the Lovington Sports YouTube channel. The Wildcats will take their second time out of the second half as Coach G saw something on a 4th down and 10 play that he thought his defense wasn't quite ready for. Wants to make sure that they stop Ruidoso here. I'm TJ Miracle, Dawn Morgan Fieldside, courtesy of Owl Pharmacy. Evie Stuber in studio engineering and producing. So 4th down and 10 for Ruidoso. And they're going to keep Pritchett in at the quarterback position. Twins left, Twins to the right. Lovington with 3 men across the front. Show blitz. Pritchett, 5-step drop. Looks, lets it fly. Going to the end zone. And does he have his man? Did he manage to hold on to it? Yes, he did. And so the completion will be to Dominguez. So Dominguez from 20 yards out as Pritchett, his first completion of the evening, is good for a 20-yard touchdown. And that will put Ruidoso with 12 on the board with 9:51 to go in the ball game. So that timeout not going quite the way Lovington wanted it to. Normally you don't want to see them score after you take a timeout, but
And I really don't know.
Dominguez,
I don't know how he managed to catch that ball. There was such tight coverage on him.
they will go for 2. Pritchett, low snap, handles it, throws it up into the back of the end zone, and that one is going to be complete. He gets it to his other tight end. That was
46.
That was Brantley Tercero, so the 2-point conversion is good to Tercero from Pritchett. So with 9:51 to go in the ball game, it's Lovington 38, Ruidoso 14. Back in a minute, more Wildcat football on Z94 KZOR and the Lovington Sports YouTube channel. "20 yards from Cooper Pritchett to Leland Dominguez. The 2-point conversion is good. And with 9:51 remaining in the ball game, Ruidoso has cut it down to a 38-14 Lovington lead. I'm TJ Miracle. Do watch for the onside. Yep, there they go. And they will onside it. Squibbit. It is bounced around as a mad scramble for it at the 40. I think Lovington managed to get it, but not comfortable. And, we got a flag. So I'm thinking we've got a personal foul. And some talking and maybe some punching going out over there, sliding in, and I think managing to get it was Josh Carrasco. Now let's see what the penalty is going to be. And the refs are acting like it is on Ruidoso. Now let's see as the Lovington offense comes out onto the field. Well, let's see. They're still talking about it. That line judge on the far side and the white cap. It will be, well, now they're talking. And he's saying, well, what happened? He pushed him down. Now they're pointing at Lovington. And now they're going to go talk to Coach Keith Johnson. So what is it? They still haven't made a signal, so we're still waiting on the call here. And it will be personal foul taunting on Lovington. Wow. So I think, unsportsmanlike conduct. So taunting on Lovington, a 15-yard penalty. That's the 5th penalty for 60 yards on the Wildcats, and it'll move them back to the 34-yard line. So now I think with 9:49 to go, this is where you get your clock eater if you can, Dawn.
Yeah, you hang on. You take care of the football. You hang on to it. Just try to move it forward, eat clock.
Quads right, one left, and whistles sound. I think they're questioning the spot of the football, maybe. Not sure what that holdup was, but quads to the right, one to the left. And send a man in motion. That is Henson. Pitch it to Henson on the end around. He'll take it. Isaac looking for some running room. Has some across the 35 to the 40 to the 42-yard line. And come on, that's piling on. Where's the flag? It's a pickup of 9. Make it, 8 for Henson. But call it 20. I mean, you've got to call this both ways, as that was definitely a piling on dog pile penalty that should have been flagged on David Sanchez. I'm sorry, number 23 came flying over there. I'll just call him like I see him. I guess they're going to say that he managed to get up and over the pile instead of into it. So it'll be 2nd down and about 1.5 yards. Wildcats leading this one 38-14. Trips make that quads right, one to the left. Aranda from the shotgun, high snap. Ashton handles it, throws it to the left side. Adjusting is Henson and makes the grab at the 35-yard line and move the chains. 1st down, Wildcats.
Well, that's how you meet adversity right there. You just say, all right, well, we're going to cool things down, and we're just going to do our job, and we're going to move forward.
And that is the first catch of the night for Isaac Henson that was not a touchdown.
Yeah, but we'll take it anyway.
Oh,
and give it a good time.
We certainly will. It's a 1st down to be sure. 198 through the air for Ashton Aranda. 1st down and 10 from the 38-yard line inside Ruidoso territory. 8:50 remaining in the ballgame. Ashton, high snap, throws it near side. Aguilera, and Adam bobbles it and drops it. So Adam bobbling at the wide receiver screen. He had room to run, but I think he might have started thinking a little bit about that room to run instead of getting the ball secured first.
Well, at least it wasn't a fumble. It wasn't an INT. Lovington just has another down to think about it.
Second and 10. No big deal. If I sound kind of like a downer over here, I don't mean to. Just I'm so used to seeing Adam have like glue on his hands.
Yeah, and nobody felt worse about it than he did. He smacked his hands.
Trips right, one left, and it'll be Ashton keeping himself. Aranda goes to the left side to the 30, to the 25, to the 20, and runs into a man at the 15-yard line and says, take me down if you can. It's 22 yards on the quarterback keeper for Ashton Aranda, and move the chains. 1st down, Wildcats.
Twice. 2 different guys, 2 different Ruidoso guys had his feet and were trying to get him down, and he just didn't go down. He stayed up, popped out, and moved forward.
So Aranda does it with the legs inside the Ruidoso red zone. They ran him out of bounds. You like that? They run him out of bounds. They ran him out of bounds, so it stops the clock with 8:35 to go. But now inside the red zone from the 16-yard line. Wildcat football. Trips to the right, one to the left. Cardenas in the backfield. Send a man in motion. That is Aguilera. Good snap. Coming near side is Aranda. Throwing it. Yes. Adam gets it at the 12 to the 10, and he is going to be hammered to the turf by number 53. Hit put on by Gavin Hall. He's had a pretty good game. It'll be a pickup of 6
It ripped his
Wildcats.
jersey almost completely off. They had to adjust his shoulder pads. I mean, that was a hard slam.
2:04 through the air for Aranda, and it'll be 2nd down and 4 for the Wildcats. Ball spotted between the 10 and the 11-yard line. 8 minutes to go. Clock stays running because Adams stayed in bounds.
And that was such a good pickup by him. He had to reach down practically to his shoelaces to get it and then pick it up and hang on to it.
He did. Cardenas on the right shoulder of Aranda. Ashton, good snap. 3-step drop, looks, throws it on the out route, has Henson. Henson at the 5, cuts it back and put it in the end zone. 6 on the board, touchdown Wildcats, 11 yards. Isaac Henson, his 4th touchdown catch of the night, and Lovington goes up 44-14.
And it was actually helped by Ruidoso. Number 18 was one of the guys who was swinging him around and swung him, was trying to tackle him, but really pushed him into the end zone.
Henson, 5 catches on the night, 126 yards, 4 of them for touchdowns. They probably ought to let the smoke clear out a little bit from the cannon in the south end zone.
I mean, not that Isaac needs help, getting in the end zone, but he got some help from Ruidoso that time, and boy, they knew it. They were shaking their heads.
Low snap. Isaac going to just have to pick it up and take it. He's going to have to toss it, and he's got a man, and it's Gonzalez again. As he was in trouble, flipped it out, and there to bail him out, it was Anthony Gomez. His second 2-point conversion from Isaac Henson, and that'll make it 46-14. The Cats are rolling with 7:35 remaining in the ball game. Back in a minute, more Wildcat football from Z94 KZOR and the Lovington Sports YouTube channel.
Don't die.
I'm going to try not to, at least not for a year or two.
Thank you. Oh, and your 15 times 26 is 390.
All right, so like 390. Hey, I was pretty close.
Yes, you were.
Just right off the top of my head. Excuse me.
30.
That means I've called, oh God, I don't even want to know how many baseball and basketball games over the years.
Right.
Well, I average about 50 basketball games a year for 26 years. And about that many baseball and softball games.
3, 2, 1, go.
And welcome back, Lovington Wildcat football here on Z94 KZOR and the Lovington Sports YouTube channel. Some of the things that we talk about off the air, got to remember to mute the stream channel there. And Evie, I'm getting a little echo in my headset, so maybe make sure your mic is off there. So 11 yards from Ashton Aranda to tosses it on the 2-point conversion to Anthony Gomez on a botched kick attempt, but they still made it work.
Yeah, broken play, and everybody was heads up and watching, or that wouldn't have happened.
Yeah, that's true. I'm TJ Miracle, by the way, Don Morganfield side as the kickoff to come, and this one will be a high end-over-ender, and it'll be fielded by, and now they're going to hand it off. It'll be Dominguez to the 30, to the 35, and kind of throws a hip check on Lovington special teams, goes out at the 36-yard line as Cardenas is the one who got hip checked. That was a hockey hip check, to be sure. So it'll be 1st and 10 for Ruidoso with 7:27 to go in the ballgame from the Warrior 36. 46-14. Again, you kind of get some of the behind the scenes when you watch on the YouTube channel, and I forget to mute the thing. Nobody really cares how many ball games I've called over the years, including me. I just know it's a lot of them. And thanks to Evie for doing the math. So it'll be trips to the right, one to the left, and it'll be Pritchett still in at the quarterback position. As he'll get it, he'll roll to the right side under pressure, throws it across his body and in and out of the hands of Trapp and into the hands of one of the Wildcats. As coming back, that's Henson. He has got the INT, and the Cats are rolling. 3rd turnover of the game, 2nd interception as that one bounced out of traps hands, and where did Henson come from to get that one, and returns it all the way back to the Ruidoso 24-yard line.
Yeah, that ball just popped out. It kind of was slung out, and Henson was right behind, and he just opened up his arms and said, okay, yeah, you can give that to me. I'll take it. He hung on to it, and here we are, Wildcat football.
So an INT, 4 touchdowns, 2 two-point conversions run in, 2 two-point conversions thrown for. What's he going to do next? He is having a heck of a ball game. Twins to the right, one to the left. It's Cardenas in the backfield with Aranda. Hand it off to Cardenas. He's going to bring it out on the right side. Somehow gets away from the first man, but is hit back at the 25. He's actually going to lose about a yard as he was just not able to get away from the ferocious Ruidoso defense led by Julius Espinosa there. So a 1-yard loss for Cardenas, and it'll be 2nd down and 11, but keeps it in the field of play, and so we'll keep the clock moving. Lovington up by 32. If they can score here, that would get it to 35, and that would get this game over with incredibly quickly. As the fans are yelling, run the clock. Yeah, they're supposed to be running the clock. They kept it in bounds. Had to make sure they got the ball set properly first. So Twins to the left, one to the right. Lovington trying to go ahead and put paid to the Warriors. Good snap. Aranda going to keep it himself. Comes near side, stiff arms a man, and is going to be met back at the original line of scrimmage and then dumped forward. And again, it's Espinosa on the stop, and so it'll be a 3-yard pickup for Aranda. Ashton with 48 yards on 6 carries, and it's 3rd down and 8. As it feels like the wind starting to blow just a little bit cooler here.
Yeah, it's down on the
shifted a little bit here, Dawn.
Yeah, it has.
I'm going to reach down and put my jacket on here. So Lovington, 3rd down and 8, and we hit the halfway mark of this 4th quarter. So now starting to breathe just a little bit easier. Lovington can run this one down all the way if they want to, and I think they will, and take the timeout. Nope, they're going to break the huddle and come out with 3, with 2, with 1. Yep, they're going to have to take their 3rd and final timeout. Nope, they didn't get the timeout called, and so it'll be delay of game on Lovington. So that'll move them back as they burned a little too much clock on that one. 6 penalties, 65 yards against the Cats. So the delay of game penalty.
3rd and 13.
So 3rd and 13. Again, you got to think they're going to keep it on the ground, or they may go ahead and go for the kill shot here. We'll have to just see what Coach G and the offensive staff are thinking here. Twins to the left, one to the right. Aguilera in the slot on the left side. Aranda, good snap, handles it, comes across the middle and underthrown and almost picked off as Ruidoso laying out for that one. Number 23, David Sanchez, and just underthrown, and so it'll stop the clock, and it'll be 4th and 13.
Yeah, and that ball intended, actually, the only guy down there was
Aguilera.
I thought it was number 6, number 8. Henson? Was it Henson?
No, Henson's on the sideline, so yeah, it was Adam.
Turn around.
Yeah, so I'm pretty sure it was number 3, Adam Aguilera. Yep.
Yeah, I think you're right.
And he'll split out to the left side. He'll be the inside receiver on that left side. That's Marquez by himself to the right. In a 4-receiver set. Lovington will go for it. 4th and 13, 5:22 remaining in the ball game, deep inside of Warrior territory. Aranda with it, wants it all down the right side and overthrows Marquez. As I overrun the camera a little bit too. And so it'll be incomplete and over on downs to Ruidoso. Lovington has uncharacteristically turned it over on downs 3 times tonight. And so it'll be 1st and 10 for Ruidoso at their own 28-yard line. But they're pretty much out of time. So Lovington just going to try and run out the string here. Ruidoso going to try and put another score or 2 on the board, trailing by 32. Just to go ahead and salvage some of their pride and try and look a little better when the playoff selection committee meets here in a couple of weeks. So it'll be 1st and 10 for Ruidoso. They've got Pritchett in as the quarterback. Lovington crowding up on the line, low snap, and it'll be Pritchett keeping it himself. Tries to roll it around the left side, nothing doing. He might have gotten back to the line, but didn't get more than that. Good pursuit there by the Wildcat linebackers there, number 25. That's Josh Carrasco. So Pritchett, they're going to say no gain on that one officially. He's got 5 carries for 10 yards. Clock will continue to move with 4:50 remaining in the ball game. Lovington on their way to improving to 6-3 on the year. Our score right now, 46-14. Clock continues to move. Ruidoso has not gone into their hurry-up. I think they're just running the offense, trying to work on a few things here. Now they're going to go with the offset eye. Pritchett, 5-step drop. Now he's going to roll right side, looks, throws it across his body, and will skip it towards Dominguez out near midfield. So incomplete. And will stop the clock. 3rd down and 10, 4:24 remaining in the ball game. So, Dawn, what's kind of the mood and the feeling down there on the sideline right now?
Well, it's pretty quiet right now. I think it's, these guys are confident. They've got a big pad up on the scoreboard, and, they're not too worried about it.
And just a quick note, at the conclusion of this one, we will have a special untimed down as part of senior night. We'll talk more about that coming up here in just a few minutes. So 3rd down and 10 for Ruidoso as they are on their own 28-yard line with 4:24 to go. Lovington on their way to the victory. And now whistle's going to sound, and timeout going to be taken by Ruidoso. So we'll take it with them. 4:24 remaining in the ball game. It's Lovington 46, Ruidoso 14. We are back in 1 minute on Z94 KZOR. Here in Wildcat land, and now we're going to have another timeout. So, all right, sorry about that, Evie, as we brought it back in a hurry, but Coach G seeing something he didn't like. So, okay, this time we will keep it right here. Say a big thank you to the First American Bank of Lovington, Bob's Thriftway, also Man Welding, Nowell Pharmacy, Norley Hospital, and Navajo Refining Company, making Wildcat football possible here on Z94 KZOR and on the Lovington Sports YouTube channel. Also couldn't do this without Stone Oilfield Services, Lee County Electric Cooperative, Eunice Pump and Supply, Lovington Auto Supply, the Lovington Schools, and Devon Energy. With Dawn Morgan Fieldside, I'm TJ Miracle, Evie Stuber in studio engineering and producing. Cats on their way to their 6th victory of the season and setting up a shot at the district championship next weekend. So out of the timeout, and Coach G was very emphatic about that timeout, Dawn.
Yeah, I really don't know what was going on. I'm too far away to be able to hear in the huddle ever, and that's
I know.
actually.
So it'll be 3rd down and 10. Pritchett from the shotgun, pump fake. Now he wants it all, goes down the sideline, and he has a man this time down at the 40-yard line. Good coverage. But, Lovington has done that a couple of times, and he completes that actually to the starting quarterback, Hooker. And so Hooker gets a 46-yard completion as a receiver. And so it'll be 1st and 10 for Ruidoso. The last couple times Lovington has done that, Dawn, where they trade timeouts, Ruidoso's gotten a big play on the next one.
Yeah, it's interesting. I don't know what the correlation there is.
Yeah, I don't either. So from the 38, they went from 38 to 38. Low snap, and it'll be Hall who's just going to keep it himself and goes up the middle. Rugby scrum. And right there in the middle, Jaime Perales and Brian Gutierrez knock him backwards. He's going to pick up a yard, maybe 2 out of that one. So Braxton Hall with 179 yards on the ground. Lovington's trying to keep him from getting to his 1,000th yard tonight. And right now he's appearing to be a bit short with 3:30 remaining in the ball game. 46-14, Lovington in the lead from the 38-yard line inside Wildcat territory. Ruidoso on the drive, 4-receiver set. Pritchett back, pump fake, wants it all, goes down the middle, has a man, and coming in and knocking it away from Dominguez. Number 7 for us, that's Matthew Garcia.
Yep.
Nice job by Garcia, the young man, young junior defensive back coming in, getting some time late in this one. So that'll stop the clock on 3rd down and 10. Lovington football, or not Lovington football. They want to stop them here, so they got a shot at getting it back. And watch for him to give it to Hall here. You've got to think. He is 4 yards shy of getting 1,000 yards for the season by my unofficial calculations. So it'll be 3rd down and 10. Hall is the deep back, trips to the left, and a little confusion, and they are going to hit Hall in the backfield and knock him down. But I'm not sure he ever got it or if Pritchett kept it. Nope, Hall kept it, but he didn't get to go anywhere. He loses 3 yards on the play. And so it'll be 4th down and 12 or 13. A little bit of confusion, but great job by the Lovington line to not fall prey to that confusion and just kind of start going willy-nilly everywhere.
Yeah, they stayed focused and moving forward and really kept that blown play from turning into anything good for Ruidoso.
So 4th and a long, 12, 2.5 to go in the ball game. Empty set in the backfield. The tight end in the game, low snap. Pritchett handles it, pressured, throws right side, and that one almost picked off as his intended target, Dominguez, slipped down.
And Garcia almost got it.
Almost did. Perez also in the neighborhood. So over on downs on the incompletion, as I have to start a new line on my score sheet there. So incomplete, and it'll be Lovington football with 2.5 minutes to go in the ball game. 1st and 10 from their own 38-yard line. So still a little bit too much time on the clock for victory formation, but you get another 1st down or maybe 2. You can go into victory formation. Of course, we will have a special play as soon as the last gun sounds from a senior being honored by the Lovington football team. We'll talk more about that. Twins right, one left. Hand it off. Cardenas coming near side. He crosses the 40 and just bangs himself forward, puts his head down. That's actually kind of dangerous and gets 4 yards before he is going to be stopped by Gavin Hall. So it'll be a 3-yard gain, 143 on the ground for Dallas. 2nd and 7, 2 minutes to go now in the ballgame, 46-14. Yeah, the Cat seniors will be honoring Isaiah Martinez. He's a senior, has been a big fan of the Wildcat team, and they're going to come out and he will run a special play at the conclusion of this ball game. And I see him down there getting ready, collecting his thoughts. It'll be a very special play. So from the shotgun, good snap as they'll hand it off as Cardenas gets away from one. He's to the 45 to the 50 into Ruidoso territory to the 48-yard line and finally has to be dragged by his jersey by Braxton Hall. But it's good for, let's see, that's 10, 11 yards and move the chains. 1st down, Cats. 154 on the ground for Cardenas, and that'll pretty much do it. It should be victory formation time for Lovington. Big win for the Wildcats as they will have to snap it a couple of more times, but they will be victorious tonight, barring anything weird happening. 46-14. As going up under center. Nope, Ashton going to stay in the shotgun, looks like. Well, I hate to write these down, and he'll just kneel it down. He's going to lose 7 yards on the kneel down. Again, I hate to write those down, but I have to be statistically accurate. And there is, 1 second difference between the game clock and the play clock. They will have to kneel it down one more time. So it'll be 2nd down and 17 officially. They're telling them just go ahead and run it up. Of course, senior night, the Lovington senior football team will be honored at the conclusion of this one, and so victory formation. Ashton Aranda 7 yards behind the line. He will kneel it down. And so that will do it, folks. But now we are going to have a special young man come onto the field. Isaiah Martinez will come out, and he will be running a play tonight against this Ruidoso team. He is a senior who's been a fan and a part of this team, but due to a couple of things has not been able to play. And so he will be running a play tonight, his senior season. Coach G making sure that this could happen for young Isaiah Martinez. As he goes out onto the field, he will go into the huddle with the Lovington Wildcats. So the senior Martinez comes into the ball game and will try and put the capper on this one for tonight. Let's see where they are going to spot the ball officially. They're going to move it around, and the end of the game. And okay, they will go ahead and roll the play clock now. So from the 44-yard line, it'll be 1st and 10 for the Wildcats. Martinez is the deep back. He will take the handoff from Gomez, and he'll go around the right side. He's got some blockers. He's going to weave his way through. He's to the 20, to the 15, to the 10 with the Cats running escort and put 6 on the board. Touchdown Wildcats. Isaiah Martinez puts it in the end zone and puts the exclamation point on the night for this Lovington team. The senior carries it 44 yards into the end zone for the Lovington touchdown, Dawn. And a big play for that young man as the Ruidoso Warriors and the Lovington Wildcats are huddling up and congratulating that young man under the goalpost. So a big night for Isaiah Martinez, who will score that touchdown. So you like to see the camaraderie and the teamwork for that one. Our final score tonight, Lovington 46, Ruidoso 14. We will be back in 4 minutes for your Devon Energy postgame show. This is Lovington Wildcat Football on Z94 KZOR and the Lovington Sports YouTube channel. Welcome to the Devon Energy Postgame Show here on Z94 KZOR and the Lovington Sports YouTube channel. Senior night goes in the books as a victory for the Wildcats, 46-14. And Don, it was my understanding they were going to honor the seniors after the game, but they have shut down the press box and the PA system, so I don't know where we're going to be on that. So.
I don't know. And they had a huddle like normal, and now they're over there in front of the band.
For the school song, so we'll see. All right, well, while we wait the coaches' conversation, whenever that's going to be from our friends at Bob's Thriftway, let's take a look at the numbers in this one. 46-14, Lovington victorious again over Ruidoso. Let's take a look at the numbers. Ruidoso used two quarterbacks tonight, Griffin Hooker and Cooper Pritchett. They combined to go 5 of 20 for 79 yards with 1 touchdown and 2 interceptions. That 20-yard touchdown coming from Pritchett to Dominguez, who with 20 yards receiving was their leading receiver tonight. Braxton Hall finishes up the night with 24 carries for 176 yards. Lovington did manage to keep him from breaking the 1,000-yard mark. Griffin Hooker, 13 carries for 86 yards. Pritchett, 6 carries for 10 yards. So 272 on the ground, 79 collectively through the air, 351 total yards for Ruidoso as they've plugged the PA system back in, so we will be recognizing the seniors tonight. So 351 total yards for Ruidoso on the penalty department.
Coach G is wildly saying, wait.
Hold up. I'm right here next to the PA, and Coach G's telling
he's doing jumping jacks.
I think they're waiting to get everybody down on the field. So actually Hooker was the leading receiver tonight for Ruidoso with 46 yards. Ruidoso tonight had 14 first downs. In the ball game, they were whistled 6 times for 37 penalty yards. They didn't score until the fourth quarter, where they put 14 points up on the board for their 14 points. All right, and so turning the page for your Lovington Wildcats, Ashton Aranda. Pretty good night tonight. Maybe not quite the prolific night we've seen him sometimes, but still a good night. 13 of 27 for 215 yards, but 4 touchdowns. All 4 of those passing touchdowns coming to Isaac Henson. Isaac, 5 catches tonight, 126 yards, 4 of them touchdowns. Adam Aguilera, 5 catches tonight, 55 yards. Cesar Gonzalez, 1 catch for 20 yards. And Dallas Cardenas, 1 catch for 12 yards. And Javier Contreras had a catch for 2 yards for the Wildcats. So 215 through the air total. On the ground, on Dallas Cardenas had a big night, 17 carries, 154 yards, and 2 touchdowns. He was the leading rusher. Ashton Aranda, 8 carries, 35 yards. I really hate to write that down. It should be 6 carries and 48 yards, but those kneel downs at the very end knocked his number down. Isaac Henson tonight, 3 carries for 28 yards. He also ran in 2 two-point conversions and threw for 2 more. So on the ground tonight, Lovington with 217 rushing yards. The first time in I can't remember how many seasons that we've had more rushing yards than passing yards, but very even tonight. 217 on the ground, 215 through the air, so that's 232 total yards. Lovington tonight was flagged 6 times for 65 yards. Didn't score at all in the first, but then came alive. They get 23 in the second, 15 in the third, and then they put 8 on the board in the fourth. That's how they get to their 46 yards. They had 12 first downs in the ball game and really pretty much dominated this one start to finish. And after the first quarter, I should say, and get the victory 46-14. Lovington will improve to 6-3 on the season, but more importantly 2-0 in district. Ruidoso will fall to 4-5 and go to 1-1 in district. This is a Ruidoso team that there is some potential for maybe seeing again in the first round of the playoffs, first or second round. So we may be seeing them again. Of course, that's kind of putting the cart before the horse with the Portales Rams coming into town next weekend. And the Rams, of course, are, the big rival of this Wildcat squad. As the seniors are recognized for the Lovington Wildcats and for the Cats, a lot of seniors who have been through an awful lot on this team. The rebuild for a couple of years and then, coming through, winning the bowl game last year, and now sitting number one and looking into possibly a district champion for the first time in 10 years and a number one seed in the playoffs. As those seniors are recognized, this is your Devon Energy postgame show. We will take another 4-minute timeout. We'll come back and we'll recognize those seniors as we prepare for our coaches' conversation. This is your Devon Energy postgame show on Z94 KZOR and the Lovington Sports YouTube channel. Back here, Devon Energy postgame show continues on senior night from Wildcat Stadium. Lovington victorious tonight, 46-14. I'm TJ Miracle. Dawn Morgan is fieldside as the Wildcat seniors being recognized out on the field, and we'll go through these young men and a young woman, too, as one of their managers. Javier Corrales, the senior wide receiver defensive back. Adam Aguilera, senior wide receiver and defensive back. Caleb Neese, senior linebacker. Number 6, Joseph Perez, running back and linebacker. Isaac Henson, wide receiver, linebacker, and safety, who was probably our player of the game tonight. Tayton Hilliard out a little bit banged up tonight, but that senior wide receiver and defensive back has been big for this program. Also, senior Ivan Peters, wide receiver and defensive back. Number 53, Jaime Perales, one of the big boys up on the line. Jaime having a whale of a season. Number 59, also one of the linemen, Brian Gutierrez, big season. Pablo Loya, senior defensive and offensive lineman. And number 89, Isaiah Martinez, who got his first touchdown tonight for the Wildcats. Also, the senior manager, Anali Gallegos. So, thanks to all of those seniors. As now, let's take it down. Dawn Morgan has Coach G for our Bob Thriftway Coaches Conversation.
As proud as you are of what was on the scoreboard tonight, how else do you feel about this team and these seniors and special players and the special play at the end, Coach?
This is pretty tough on me this week right here, and I know we got a lot of football left in front of us, but it just seems like for whatever reason when we get to this football game, it's a tough week. It just seems like I reflect more and more on the relationships that I get to build with these young men, and I was telling my staff the other day, it seems like the longer I do this, the harder the seniors get to say goodbye to, and so special group of kids, and we challenged them at the very beginning of the football season, had them all over at my house, and we talked about the legacy that they were going to leave behind, because when they walked in the door of our place as freshmen, the program was not where it is right now, and so that took a lot of hard work, and there's 10 seniors right now on our football team. When they came in as freshmen, there was a lot more than 10. And so everything that they've had to sacrifice, work for, to get this program where it is right now, that's completely on them, and I appreciate every one of their leaderships, and it's really, really special night.
They are survivors in so many ways, and they're battle scarred, and definitely worthy of all of that pride and confidence that other people have in them now moving forward as young men into the world, not just as athletes, but certainly as representatives of their school, their families, their faith, and more.
We have 2 goals in our program. One is to help teach them life lessons that are not going to help them be just successful on the football field, but most importantly, when they leave this place, we want them to be better daddies, we want them to be better husbands, we want them to be great at whatever they choose to do after they leave this place. And then number 2 is to bring a state championship back home to Lovington. So just the growth and maturation of this group right here, it's a special group of kids. And just, golly, it's crazy, it's just crazy to think that this is their senior year. I can remember when they came walking through that gate right there, skinny little things walking through there, and just seeing the growth is awesome. It's awesome.
And it's great to see the progression through this season as well for you guys. You said it after the game last week that this group challenged themselves at the very beginning of the season with their own goal, which is district championship. All right. 2 big ones down, 1 to go. What's it going to be like here against Portales next Friday, and what's the game plan?
And I thought that was important for them to establish. I know they want to win a state championship. I have zero doubt about that, but I felt like if we broke this season up, get through the non-district schedule, what do we want to accomplish there, get through the district schedule, what we want to accomplish there, achieve that goal, and then move on into the playoffs. So Portales is going to come in here. It's always a big-time game, and so it's a big-time rival game. I think in my time here, I've heard different things about Artesia and Hobbs, but Rams come to town, it's always a big-time football game. Kids are going to be emotionally ready to play. Our kids are going to be emotionally ready to play. We're going to get some important guys back that we let take the week off a little bit just to get healed up. Silver was a physical game for us, so we got to stop an athletic quarterback, and so that was the same thing we had to play tonight. So going to have a great week of preparation, and just incredibly blessed to be in the situation that we're in right now for this football team, and I believe they deserve nothing less.
Containment is one word that I thought of a lot watching this game, as you know, we all knew the big Ruidoso players to have to contain, and it was successful.
Yes, and I mean, those guys, they're in the second half when we came out from halftime. They made some pretty good adjustments, did some things different with their blocking scheme, and so they got a couple of scores there on the board. I know those kids wanted to put a goose egg up there, but they kept playing. They kept adjusting, and we made adjustments too. There late in the third quarter, and then early at the start of the fourth quarter, we made some pretty good adjustments. So proud of our staff, and kids kept playing. They finished like we asked them to finish, and that's what's important. Proud of them.
All right. Well, congratulations tonight. Good luck next week, and we'll see you right back here.
Yes, ma'am. Got a big one. Can't wait.
Thank you as always, Coach.
Thank you.
All right, thank you very much. Dawn Morgan talking to Coach G with the Bob's Thriftway Coaches Conversation in the Devon Energy postgame show. And, you know, we've pretty much run through everything here on Z94 KZOR Hobbs Lovington and on the Lovington Sports YouTube channel. Of course, do remember, please give us a subscription on that YouTube channel. Remember, every 1,000 subscribers we get, we will give away $100 to a random subscriber. So please subscribe to the YouTube channel and tell your family and friends as well. So the Cats victorious tonight to go to 2-0 in district and a chance to claim the district crown next Friday night, right back here in the friendly confines of Wildcat Stadium. So, Dawn Morgan, any final thoughts tonight? All right. Well, I think I'm showing signal, but I think maybe we've lost Dawn. So, all right. Well, with that, we will put a wrap on this one. The Cats came out, and it was a slugfest early, but they stretched it out at the end. Lovington victorious tonight by a final of 46-14. For Evie Stuber in studio engineering and producing, for Dawn Morgan, I'm TJ Miracle saying so long from Wildcat Stadium. This has been the Devon Energy postgame show. Wildcat Football, an exclusive presentation of Z94 KZOR and Walmart Broadcasting. Good night, everybody. Have a great weekend.